say that. I'm sipping wine in a robe. I look too good to be alone. My house clean, my pool warm. Just shake smooth like a newborn. We should be dancing, romancing in the east wing and the west wing of this mansion. What's happening? I ain't playing no games. Every word that I say is coming straight from the heart. So if you're trying to lay in these arms, I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open, girl. I'ma leave the door open. Let you feel the way I feel, and you want me like I want you to know, baby. Tell me that you're coming through. Ooh, you're so sweet, so sweet.
Hello. Don't yell at me. I'm so sorry. So sorry that I'm late, y'all. It's my fault. Don't nobody in the chat gotta find Ashley $5. Like, what y'all doing in the chat? Thank you guys so much for being here. The moment we have been waiting for, the Claudia episode. Everything that I ever wanted it to be, y'all. I'm so excited.
Wow.
See, look at your face.
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
just watching the episode, I was like, I could just imagine Spirit of deception watching her man get cursed out to the gods like this and read for filth. It was beautiful. But before we get into all that messy stuff, thank you guys so much for being here. We are so happy to have you in the house. Be sure to leave your commentary about our commentary down below. Show us some love in the chat and let us know what you thought about this episode. Ashley, I am going to come to you first. First of all, how are you doing? And what were your overall thoughts of this episode?
Come on over here to Big Mama before the chaos ensues, because I know Superior is about to be on that bull. I feel it deep down in my shanana, so I am bracing myself. And all you other Louis apologists, I hope you got your life. I just want to say, though, I'm doing well, blessed, highly favored, can't complain. I just want to say, though, this is all I wanted. Like, this is all you had to do to shut me up. Like, that's all you had to do, Roland James, the writer's room. This is all you had to do. Just give me a piece of something. Give me a tendril. You know how I felt about the season. And again, never once have I called this a bad show. What I have said repeatedly is that it's not what I was looking for. It's not to my taste and those things. Episode 6, this ultimate episode, it made it all worth it. It made the incestuous hooting and hollering. It made, the Lestat spirals. It made everything worthwhile. Like, honestly, this episode could stand alone and just be the season for me. Honestly, it answered my questions. It gave Claudia, it gave steam heat, honey. It gave transparency, illumination. We got to face some hard truths this episode, Tyra. I was here for all of it. It's like riding a bike. You never forget it. When Sam Reed, Jacob Anderson get in the same room together, it's magic. You don't have to do too much. You know what I mean? It's just immediately there. As soon as I watched this episode, I said, this is all you had to do, and you wouldn't have to hear my mouth. I was well pleased with this episode. I have no complaints. No, the Reed of all Reeds, you nappy-headed slave. I hate your stinking guts. Oh my gosh. This is what we were talking about last week. That y'all tried to come in here and say we were anti-Black because we were holding Louis accountable. Louis needs to be held accountable. Everybody in this show can get this work and will get this work when needed. I loved it. This was cinema. Like, I had a great time.
See, overall thoughts, and how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I had to, consult with a couple of my paralegals for tonight's episode to make sure we have our defense in place, because a lot happened this episode. I'm very excited to talk about it. Overall thoughts of the episode: I enjoyed it. I love when we get to see Louis and Lestat together on screen. I think it's a little rushed as far as their like, reconciliation.
Yeah.
Yes. But I'm not going to complain because I wanted to see it. I want to see them together. So if this is what it takes to get it on screen, I'm happy. Um, but yeah, I still wish that there was a little bit more to it. I love a slow burn, and I wish it was a little bit more of a slow burn. But here we are.
Maybe this episode was for me. All you Lestat haters in the back. This episode was for me. The validation that I had watching Transparent as Claudia come out with the heat for both of them. But I was like, all of the steam, like, who's my steam fire? How when I catch you? It was for Louis. It was for Louis. And I was like, dang, Claudia. I was like, oh, the shade. But outside of the read, this was a great episode. When I tell you these people act down, the way Ashley and I sit brokenhearted every single time them sorry ass Emmys roll up and they ain't nowhere to be found in the nomination, it breaks my heart because they are so incredible. This was so good. Not just, the Lestat and Louis of it all. When you get all three of them, all three of y'all, when you get all three of them in a room and in a scene together, it works. But it's not just them, because I know a lot of the hiccups for us this season via the audience was, oh, y'all just want us to get back to the OG interview. This is a different show. This was a completely different show. This was a whole different narrative. This was a different space for them, and it worked because the writing was executed well. We progressed the narrative well. We were cooking with steam, heat in every single moment. Outside of Akasha, this has been my favorite moment the entire show. Favorite episode of the entire show. It's episode 1 and this one in Akasha and nothing else as far as I'm concerned. It was cooking. Bringing them out. How you gonna be later than me, Dom? How are you later than me, Dom? Dom, how are you doing, first of all? And what were your overall thoughts of this episode?
First of all, because I am the star. I am the star. No. What's up, y'all? No, this is all you had to do. It could have been so simple. It could have been so simple. We didn't have to go out there. Me taking my belt off and beating y'all this whole season didn't have to be a thing. We could have just been this, and we would have been all happy. This was my favorite episode over Akasha. All I've been waiting for is Aaliyah's replacement, and this was better than that because this didn't come out of nowhere. This wasn't random. This was the three that got us watching the show doing what they do best. Even outside of like Claudia's amazing scene, just the interaction between Louis and Lestat, the connection between Louis and Lestat, I found myself smiling. Like whenever they was together, when they in the car riding together, I'm just smiling because it's the boys are back and their chemistry is good and this is what they're supposed to do. I was like, where was this all season? We could have been this all season. We could have been here, but y'all want to wait and to the end to like give us the good stuff. Y'all made me mad that I was so happy because I'm like, y'all had it in you the whole time. You had this locked and loaded the whole time. We could have really been here, but y'all made me watch Sophia get back shots for this whole time. I had to watch Sophia and that Bob shake from bathroom back shots, and y'all had this in the chamber the whole time. That's what made me mad. But no, this was great. This was great. This was my favorite episode, period. And the songs were good. The songs keep getting better. When this show started, I was like, throw these songs in the trash. But the songs keep getting better, and the show is good. I'm here for it.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. I love that we have so much to talk about, but it was so in the pocket that I don't even have as many slides as usual because they were cooking. They didn't waste no time. They knew what they came here to do and what they came here to say. Now, just started with the opening of the episode. First of all, what was that album? It was number 65.
Failures. 65.
That 3.1 out of 10 from Pitchfork. I said, oh, but he said, baby, if you don't have your vampire ear, it wasn't for you. Okay, this is for my people. Okay, but above all else, everything at this moment is resting on the album. As far as the stats concerned, he's done. The album is wrapped. We're gonna get into this little great conversion over here, have this little farewell concert, and when I'm done, exactly what do I want to do? I have all these passports, all this money. I really don't know. But what I do know is Louis in the other room. I say, oh, Bookie, Louis, you made your way to Montreal? Okay. The way that they could pick up like no time has passed. Baby, they living their best life comfortably. I was like, not you nursing baby back to health. Say, who? If not me, then who? Lestat say, come on down. Mama will take care of you. I've been here. Say, what you can do is, this is supreme cough. It's like, well, we don't really do the coffins anymore. Baby, this is top of the line. This is upper echelon. The least that you could say is thank you. But above all else, the conversation is, should you or shouldn't you do this? Not just the farewell concert, but the whole seance situation to contact Claudia overall. They are very undecided. Louis, for one, is just feeling like this little vampire reckoning situation, this concert, I don't think you should do it. I think you should back out of it. Well, who are you to tell me what to back out of? I think I'm going to go through with it. Didn't we say that you were supposed to be disconnecting from Claudia? Aren't you still sending her bands? It's like, well, I mean, she said she needed me. I didn't know it was her. I thought it was the wrong number. It lies. Absolute lies. But there's also a dose of, we've been chilling about a month, 2 months, rolling into maybe a third. What are we? What's going on here? Baby Louis is keeping them cards close to his chest. He texting his little bae on the side, little Moses something. He said, oh, like, you two what, Louis? Love you too. Like you too? What do you mean? What's really going on here? When this is all said and done and you're healed, are you going to go back? They're very undecided, but they're just strictly enjoying the now. It was cute to see my boys wake up together in Montreal. I ain't even go hate. I was having a good time. Ashley?
It gave reunited and it feels so good. And I felt so good. Immediately, I said, I know C said, you like a slow burn, C, baby. I'm over slow burns. I need immediate heat. I need it. And so I was like, okay, it feels reunited and it feels so good. It feels my man. It feels like, let's go out for Halloween and reminisce, because it's been 2 years since I created this band and now it's the end of an era. And I'm walking into a new door, possibly with my old man, who's now my new man, who's now my current man. And just look at them. Okay. Just look at them. Just look at them. Just fine. And then, like I said, there's just this innate chemistry that these two have. Again, it's just like this energy when they're in the room together. It gives everything I need. They could be talking about anything. And I love it how we've resumed our roles, because Lestat's like, yeah, I'm going to do this. And, Louis coming in, trying to be the voice of reason. Yeah, I think that's a bad idea. I fear I threatened all these vampires. I feel I massacred quite a few of them. And now we're going to the woods to have this concert. It doesn't give great idea. It just gives a bad idea. And Lestat, like, yeah, I'm going to do what I need to do for me. But this is cute right now. This is everything this is everything I wanted, everything I needed. I think the show is at its best when these two are in the room together. I think what resonated with me so much about this episode, just in general, was the fact that this is the first time to me that it's felt like the same spirit of the universe, right? Like we're feeling what attracted us initially, and there's just an energy that they carry. But overall, I loved this. I said, okay, what are we doing next? Like, what are we doing tonight after trick-or-treating? And Lestat, did you put out candy for the kids this year? Like, I love everything about it. I was like on the edge of my seat, like, what's next? And that hasn't happened at all this season until now. So for that reason and that reason alone, yeah. And get Regina out of here. But honestly, if I can just interject this, because I see your note here, disconnecting from Claudia. I think Claudia Wadia is not gone yet. I don't think she's fully gone. I think we will see more.
No, the way Louis was undecided, didn't I thought it was a wrong number. Lies. You want her essence and her presence there. But see, how did you feel seeing your man come up with his twist? I said, I'm loving the curls for the girls. Louis looked good. But he was with your least fave. How are you feeling?
Look, I just have to say that, let the record reflect that Louis was right whole time. He said, we should cancel this, we need to cancel that, and we need to cancel that, right? And had his warning had been heeded, we wouldn't have be at this position where we find ourselves at the end of the episode. But I will say, shout out to Team Louis in the chat. I know you guys are here. Thanks for being here. But as far as this reunion, I do love to see them together. I like the hot and coldness of. I like that Louis still playing it a little, a little hard to get. Oh, that coffin was, I don't even sleep in a coffin anymore. So, it was cute, but I thought that was hilarious. I did like to see them together though. So what can I say? I'm a sucker for their love, even though again I do wish there was a little bit more of a build up. But they do have so much history together, and for them to see them again together on screen was very, very nice. I loved it.
I don't know. Unfortunately, see, they said this season we weren't going to do that. It seems like per episode, they allotted time to focus on one event at a time. So it's like, this is the Louis and Lestat episode. Like, yeah, we could have had that common thread all the way through. Dom, how did you feel about this? Because they're reconnected and reunited, and we feel good about it.
Yeah, and I don't understand. I get that this is a different show, but this is also the show after you showed me Louis show up in New Orleans to Lestat playing a cardboard piano in a hurricane. And they hug, and I'm like, this is the next thing. This is what I wanted to see. And it was like, this is the magic of the episode. Like, these two, along with Claudia, are why the episodes work, is why this show worked, is why I even made it to a season 3, is because of their dynamic and their acting. And the way Lestat acts when Louis is around, Lestat had like the diva Lestat has toned down all the way. Just the teasing, like you were saying, when they was walking down the street and and Louis is texting his other thing, and like, you two what? You two what? I miss you too. I love you too. That was hilarious. This just it felt like I was watching a really demented Gilmore Girls. Like, this is such a good dynamic that I was like, I don't know why we needed to like tease us with this all season. You could have just given this to me right out the gate, and you wouldn't heard half the complaints that we've been having this season. The Heston coffin, the trick or treating, and then the little hint of a larger world where it's like, we're going to see a witch, and and we keep throwing that Mayfair word around. That's all I need. Don't you bring them sad white women over here. This is all I need of the larger Anne Rice universe. Matter of fact, you can leave the Talamama Ding Dongs where they at too. Because you say Mayfair twice, and then when I do see a Mayfair, it's a black lady. That's all I need. But this part was great, and yeah, the album's done. We're gonna go in the woods, and this is not a good idea, but we're gonna do it anyway. That's Louis and Lestat. Whatever we're doing is probably not gonna end well, but we're gonna do it, and we're gonna do it together. That's what I like. And so I was doing this the whole episode. But yeah.
I just love how current my boys are. Baby Lestat said, Drake dropped 3 albums and buried my ish. I mean, I was already in the low 60s and he didn't drop 3. I said, baby, you weren't even going to get up there, but let's just be glad you made the Billboard. That's no easy feat. Baby, you want to start.
That was Jimmy from Degrassi. I said never the Jimmy Degrassi reference. Oh, goodness, gave everything.
Thank you, Dan, for the super chat. What up, party people? I was confused by Claudia's scene. So Claudia came back with her bad New Orleans. Which about the accent. Claudia's spirit is a vampire. Yeah, she was literally brought back, aged, but particularly that moment from the cinders and whatnot. But you already know, I love the actress who portrays Claudia. She's amazing. But the back and forth of the accent she just need to be in her native tongue. But we had to be in New Orleans because I'm hungry. We had to pick up where OG Claudia left off. But I thought she did amazing this episode. I was like, we're at the Emmys because she yelling and I love it. Now, leaving this trip down memory lane, and what are we? And are you gonna call me like you said you would? The energy is not at all reciprocated from Daniel Malloy. He said, "You tricks. I can't stand neither one of y'all, baby." First of all, Louis, with your restaurant walking distance from Lestat's apartment. Please, Bookie. The way he get on my nerves, he has chosen to surround himself with Lestat via the clubs and the hotel, motels, Holiday Inns, and the restaurant, but still want to act nonchalant like you don't want to be in my boy's space. All right. But we get here and let's go and give Daniel, we love him, right? Let's give him his little closure for his little doc, his book, whatever he's doing. Let's give him some closure, but vague closure, and not give him any real answers. So it's like, yeah, so you guys got together, you were all in the storm, They're like, yeah, things were said. Like, okay, so there's nothing there. The way that we show up here and Daniel is purple, I said, baby, Daniel is orange to the gods. I said, what the hell? I said, baby, now you ain't been in nobody's tanning booth. I said, you been over there with Daddy Armand walking in the sun? That was the first thing that popped into my head. The second thing that popped into my head while we're drinking of our lineage, say you ready to partake of your own? It's like, oh yeah, she's a deep, deep down rooted descendant. Have a little quench of your thirst, if you will. The way Daniel is sitting here, orange, smug, and low-key mad as hell, and they are already so warped and wrapped in each other. They have already disposed of Daniel. Like, yeah, Daniel, Daniel little yang around the house. Baby Lestat said he's such a weird vampire. He's so weird. He has that air of him being, oh, we're better. We are better. We are better. And we're smarter and we're brighter. Yet none of this is on y'all radar. The way they never depicted Armand or Daniel as a threat, it's not even registered. They're worried about their own bubble. Yeah, what is this? Oh, let's just give him his little ending. He deserves that much and we can go on our merry way. Then Daniel's like, Daniel is weird. Daniel is, I thought if anybody was going to pick it up, it was going to be Louis, because Daniel was very like whip smart with, it's like, well, yeah. And he's like, that was easy. You don't have any deep thought-provoking questions, something, to throw at us, because I know you, Daniel. He's like, no, that's it. This was good enough. Cheers. I said, okay, yeah, something is going on because you're not showing up here purple for no reason. But the boys look good here having Daniel having dinner before the doom came down. Dom, I'm going to come back to you first. How did you feel about this Daniel being orange? Did you know something was afoot immediately, or did you think he was just out having a good time? Because not only did he say he was orange, because we acknowledged it, Tan Dan, he said, yeah, I'm seeing someone. We know who you're seeing. Ill.
Seeing our room. No, I knew something was up with good old Daniel, my boy Malloy, because he couldn't sit still. Like, not only was he just got out of Tropicana, but also because he couldn't sit still. Like, he was shaking and bobbing, and I'm like, this ain't interview Daniel. This ain't the journalistic integrity Daniel that I've come to understand and respect. And he was just like, almost shaking. And the only thing that I wasn't sure about, or I wasn't sure how I felt about, is that I don't know that they showed me Daniel caring about the great convert. Like Daniel being of the mind that Lestat got to be stopped. I felt like I missed that. I blinked and went to get some to drink, and I missed that. I didn't really think Daniel cared about the the greater good of it all, to where it's like, we can't let this happen. So that part, and like Armand apparently like seducing them, that couldn't have been just that speech. Just that speech that I've been watching you for 52 years is all it took, Daniel. Stop it. I had more respect for you, Daniel, to think you was that easy. I need you to stop it. And so, but I guess he played on the loneliness, Daniel. And Daniel, you ain't even got to the vampire long life yet. You just regular old still. And you already that lonely where you can be, like, you ain't even 105. You like still 70. Like, I don't understand why it's so. Because maybe he was already lonely. He don't want to be bothered with you. But I just, that part, the stuff behind Daniel was weird to me, because I felt like you should have told me that at first. But I guess they wanted to keep the surprise at the end a surprise. But that was weird, like why he was like that. But the fact that he was off was apparent to me, because I'm like, this is not cool, calm, and collected, Daniel. But I told y'all when Lestat did the little switcheroo, and he erased the video that he never recorded the video, I was like, oh, Daniel's out for blood now. I was like, Daniel don't care about the documentary. Daniel can't trust nothing Lestat say. When Lestat did that, it was on and popping for Daniel, and that's so he might not care about the Great Convergence. He just want his get back. That's probably what it was. I was like, when that happened, I was like, it's over with. Daniel's out for blood. So and now we here. So yeah, that was.
Dang, dumb, get back is one thing, but you gonna roll up with your girlfriend and behead me? Like that dang, all I said when he's here, like he has some beef with Louis. So Louis, yeah, way back in Dubai. Your mind was just so clear. It's like I've been lied to, I've been led astray. No, you've been Armand, you've been punked. Please get out of my face. See?
Yeah. Daniel definitely had some weird energy, and there was a point in the scene where Louis, when he asked Louis, how come you never, called me out for this, and third? And Louis said, I wanted to respect your privacy. And Daniel was like, yeah, thanks for respecting my privacy while, gossiping about me with a room for like 50 something years. And I'm thinking, why is he so mad at Louis and not mad at Armand? It doesn't make sense to me. And it's like, I wish that we would have got some more of Daniel and Armand on screen, because I personally think it would be interesting to see how is it that he got this ability to walk in the sun, and how is it that he gave it to Daniel, and what were they doing behind the scenes to plot against our boys by the end of the episode. I feel like that would have been more intriguing, more so than getting more songs that are like mediocre. But it is what it is. Even though I do like this one particular song in the episode, but there's a couple performances we could have cut to build up on the suspense building in the background. I'm glad that they mentioned that Daniel had this suntan, because I remember I watched this early in the day, and by the time the window glaring in the TV, I barely saw what the heck Daniel's skin was looking like. I said, is he red? Is he orange? I couldn't tell. Thank God they mentioned it. And when they brought in the descendant, the Lion Court descendant, I was like, this is it's just all kind of incestuous this season. It's too much for me. It was gross. And yeah, I just don't understand why Daniel is so upset at Louis in particular. I can get why he's a little mad at Lestat, because Lestat is potential, like he's got this narcissistic, I'm better than you kind of attitude, and we see that he does think he's better than Daniel in the next couple scenes. He flat out said it. But Louis didn't deserve this.
I don't think either one from the smoke and not from him. Like I think I'm just gonna chalk this up to Daniel being brainwashed.
Okay, maybe that's what they're gonna say it is, because it's definitely given like, where is this coming from and why isn't it directed at Armand, right? But anyway,
it was the smugness, like ready to drink of your own. Like, I'm finna drop this bomb the moment y'all step out of here. Like, Daniel, please relax. Who hurt you?
Yeah, and why is he so? And honestly, to piggyback off what Dom said, why is he so like, oh, I'm so lonely, I'm this and I'm that? He's regular old, and why is he so engulfed in pop culture that he knows who Taylor Swift and all of that is? It's like, you're like 60 something. I don't know a 60-year-old that's talking about Taylor Swift and her relationships. I can kind of get Lestat and Louis, because they've been so old that it maybe it goes back to the beginning. But Daniel, regular old, he's talking about Taylor Swift.
I told y'all them 2 years. I said something's off with Daniel, because he's feeling this loneliness, and it's only been 2 years.
Yeah.
Actually, how did you feel about Tan Dan?
I mean, we can't forget that Armand was inside Louis' head. Like, he's got the gifts. He's ancient. Like, nothing surprises me about his level of influence or manipulation at any point. And then it kind of gives you a callback to something Lestat said after he pulled his stunt. He was like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that to Danny Boy. Like, I probably shouldn't have done that to Daniel. Daniel got really, really mad about it. It was a thing. So I kind of get his animus, right? Against Lestat. But as far as Louis and all of this, I honestly think this is all Armand's influence, because at the end I was like, and Alex is in on it. So Armand got Alex's Bucci cat, he got Daniel's Bucci cat in the tizzy, and he's running their minds. Like, again, that little conversation, I've always loved you, Daniel. I was always looking out for you, when your daughter, when all of these things, and you went and you cried in the room for 7 hours straight. Yeah, I was outside the door. I was there, Daniel. But do you want to walk in the sun? Yeah. Oh, also, Sophia is really Lestat's mama, Gabrielle. Yeah, about the sun. Like, I don't know. They've kind of minimized Daniel in my mind, but also I also consider the fact that being turned into a vampire maybe reveals and emphasizes your most base state, right? Like as a human, like the worst of you. And maybe it emphasizes that, because Dan wasn't anything if not smug, if not pretentious, if not, really sarcastic and self-aggrandizing, right? In all of those ways. So maybe this is just him amplified in this moment. I really wanted more from him. Like, we'd kind of fallen in love with Daniel over the first 2 seasons. So I think to see him kind of go out like a sucker in a pond is really not satisfying for me, because even in his human form, he's formidable. Yeah. Here, he just was very goofy. Like, this was a very goofy interaction. And I think that's why in this moment, both Lestat and Louis are minimizing it, right? Like, outside of their love bubble, I think there's like a thing of, well, Daniel ain't gonna do nothing. He ain't never, we always have gotten the best of him. We're older than he is. We're better than he is. If Lestat could say it, I've got the blood of Akasha. Like, what is he gonna do? Like, what are you gonna do, Danny boy? And Daniel's just over there looking miserable and crazy about the face. I hate it. I hate the tan. Stay inside, Daniel, and get away from that little gremlin. Get away from him.
Oh Lord, it looked awful. That's all I was like, is this supposed to be a sexy tan? Like, what? you look ill. Like you're burnt, baby. This isn't even tan. Thank you so much for the super chat. Daniel better do like Wu-Tang saying, protect your neck. Louis and Lestat gonna get it back in blood. I hope. Like, I just can't believe he rolled up. Like, you really, and I have to believe, we always kind of just forget who Arun is. But I'm like, oh my God, Daniel, I thought there was gonna be some more fight. And Daniel, it's like he's immediately in the sunken place, and he sipped the Kool-Aid like overnight. I was like, oh my God, that little gremlin gonna get you going every time. Daniel and Armand, come outside. We just want to talk. We ain't gonna hurt you. I swear, we just want to talk. Like, it's just on. It's just on like completely, because how dare you roll up like that? And then he was just so like, well, what are your plans? Lestat, what are you gonna do next? And Lestat said, I'm gonna do some bird watching. I've been having dreams of the woods and the forest, and I'm just gonna go off. When he knew he wasn't going nowhere. Like, why would you say that? My baby was making plans for the distant future to go sit and find his peace. But we get some truth. We get a lot of car ride action going on here in this episode, and the boys are talking. I thought, no, now y'all want to talk. Now y'all want to talk. They say, well, since we're here and you got your degree and you know everything, let's talk about the good old days. All you people in the back, Ashley, who will forever think that my baby had anything to do with killing Paul. He did not. He did not. He said, and I apologize for that. And I can't believe you even thought. I said, oh, sorry. I just, in the moment, it felt like it was something you did. Instead, it's like, I would never kill Paul. But, back to the matter at hand. So way back there in Paris with Armand, I was a spirit. What was I doing? Like, this is what you concern and consume yourselves with. Nothing else is on the radar. Let's just hash it out and talk about things. I don't want to talk about the book, though. We beyond. And I want to ask you some personal things. So like spirit form, like, what was I doing? If I was doing that for you, you were there, you were there. You were all up in my head. It was guilt. It was, me missing you. It was a whole lot going on at the same time. But was I there for you? It's like, maybe a little bit sometimes. It's like, I was, huh? Like, they're so cheeky and so in love and just in like / It's like, well, yeah. So what about your songs? Were your songs about me? You know what? I said, why y'all being coy? Y'all already being cocky over there with Daniel missing the boat. Now y'all being coy in this backseat. Half of them damn songs was all about Louis, please. And then we get over there with what I thought was the most important thing in this car ride for me was Louis realizing that me getting to spend time with you and see you on stage, see you give so much of yourself to the music and everything, even you rolling back down there with Claudia, you have a whole performative stage play, artistry, opera background, just background in general that we've never explored. I really don't know a lot about your history. Why didn't you share that with me? Why wasn't I a part of that? Well, I just wanted a clean slate. I felt like this was really connecting to Lestat wanting so much to just forget all things. I can't wait till we get into the half of Gabriella. Forget all things, Gabriella. And I just wanted to start fresh and let you meet me, as for who I was when he really was running from something that he didn't want to admit, although it was connected to the music and everything else. Baby, you running from that mama, amongst other things. But we got into some Antoinette. I said, not y'all mentioning Antoinette a million years later. What was that? Well, it's like, baby, first of all, I didn't make her cut off anything. She cut that finger off. She thought her being a vet was going to help her grow it out. She was experimenting. That was her own thing, her own omission, okay? But I was trying to make you jealous. I was trying to, get under your skin, and it worked, didn't it? And then there's also the conversation of the terrible things, the good, bad, and the awful. And, well, it's the anger, it's the blood of Akasha. No, it's the blood of Akasha, but it's also you. You can't use that to keep excusing your behavior. It's what you do with the blood. Okay, if we're going to get into what we do with the blood, let's talk about what you do with the blood, Louis. Mr. buying up everything, Mr. Restaurant down the street. We all have our quirks, baby. It is a key in this car, and they are loving every minute of it. And I'm like, so y'all don't even want to think about what could be rolling up, because I knew something was off with Dan. I didn't know where he was going, but it was really cute to see them have car conversations. Ashley, I'm gonna come back to you.
Child, it was justice for Antoinette for me, justice for her, girl, because I just used her. It wasn't that. I just wanted to make you jealous, baby. That's everything. Every person, every entity they come in contact with in the orbit of each other is all about the other one. Everything. Yeah, I was bound by the guilt of taking you out. I was seeing you. I was seeing your head in place. It just, it was absolutely, the song is about you. You're so vain. You probably think this song is about you, Louis. As far as Louis always trying to call somebody on the damn carpet when he's so full of, that's what triggers me and activates me about Louis, because you have this plank in your eye and you are calling out the speck in everybody else's, baby. Because what about your behavior, Lestat? What about your behavior, Louis? What about you, Bookie Butt? How about we sit in the mirror and we play a game called self-awareness? How about accountability? Enter the chat. And so before you come for me, deal with your stuff, Louis. That it'll get me every single time. And I totally agree, Tyra, as far as your assessment around Lestat, leaving that stuff in the past, baby. I didn't want to burden this with that. I'm trying to be a new person. And I think we see it a little bit later, because when Lestat gets confronted with hard truths about himself in that situation, he took on a completely different nature in that moment. So I'm sure he was running like his life depended on it to separate himself as far away from that situation as he possibly could. Not just that she had kind of ran off on the plug twice, his mammy, but now that I'm here with you and I'm trying to really give this a chance, because this vampire loneliness is no game. I don't want to tell you anything that's going to make you judge me, that's going to make you leave me. And Louis, you are the king of judgment. You're going to judge. You're going to sit on your throne of lies and you're going to judge everybody else in the room but your own self. I enjoyed the car ride. It was absolutely fun, and absolutely justice for Antoinette. She was a pawn, honey. He said, yeah, she thought it was going to grow back. I don't know, but she was a nice girl. Listen, the cat was good. We had a good time. But that was all about you, Louis. It was all about you. Loved it.
I hate it. Everybody's just collateral damage. It's like, it wasn't me. Nobody tell her to cut that finger off. See? Car rides.
Lestat is a liar. This is what, every time he in that car, he's spitting a lie. It is from this scene to the next. Because justice for Antoinette, how? This is the woman that you had plotting against me, plotting to kill me. The same time Claudia was plotting to kill him was the same time him and Antoinette was plotting to get at Louis and Claudia. So let's not pretend that him and Antoinette were Mr. and Mrs. Innocent when they were still plotting on them too. It's like, how justice for Antoinette? I doubt Antoinette cut that finger off by choice. Come on now, she was a vain woman. She wanted to be a star and an actress. Do we really think that she cut that thing off, or we think Lestat is lying to make himself look better in Louis' eyes? I think that's what the case is. And we're always comparing apples to oranges when it comes to the misdeeds of these characters. Lestat will literally set the place on fire, and Louis would throw a piece of trash on the floor, and we're like, oh, Louis did this, Louis did that. Meanwhile, Lestat did the worst thing he could do, and nobody's calling it out. I'm calling it out. Like, Lestat is a liar. Lestat had him in talking about all of these lies from the beginning and said, oh, I wanted to live with you in the bayou and from the swamps of Louisiana. Is that supposed to, just your pretty words is supposed to justify years and years of lies? No, I think we get confused by his linguistic abilities, but he's a liar. He's a poet, but he's a liar. And we see it through this scene and the next.
See, it has to hurt you to be hating this hard.
I'm calling
It has to be on your chest. See, dang.
He couldn't even admit the songs were about him. Come on now. It's all lies.
He didn't admit it initially in this car, but I put it here because he admits it later on the bench. Say, yes, they were. Majority of my songs were about you. There was some transparency here in the episode. My baby showed up in this episode. I don't care what y'all say. Dumb car rides.
No, this boy. See, you gonna ride when I get in trouble. When I get jammed up, I want the interview C. Don't ask nobody else about me. Just tell them the interview C. Because boys, you gonna ride or die. I just want y'all to realize these two people are messed up, and that's why we like watching them. They are two dysfunctional people, and despite C's projections, they equally is messed up. I'm like, except for dropping somebody off Mount Everest onto the ground. That
bring that shit up. Don't bring that shit up. No.
That was crazy for that. But outside of that, just the tit for tat stuff, just what you do to me and I do to you, they the most toxic people. Yeah, just like Lestat is an actor and a liar. Louis a pimp. He's a manipulator. I'm like, Louis is a pimp, and he's safe pimping. And I'm like, the only time he wasn't pimping is when Armand was pimping him and pimping his mind. Like Louis ain't a simple bystander. He not innocent, and he not naive. He not stupid.
He's employing the community. Meanwhile, Lestat is hoarding his wealth.
Well, Lestat started a whole theater troupe, so he injected the community too. So they both entrepreneurs. But I just like that they talk. I like they seem like they talk a lot more candidly. They were a lot more open. They still playing coy, but it seemed like they were both coming from an honest place, even though Louis had his side thing on the side, texting while I'm talking to him. That I would say everybody else that Lestat is boning, we know about Louis. We know about it's on the table. Now, how far back our relationship goes might be, but it never came up. So I didn't say it. That's, in my head, it's like Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker. In my mind, Anakin is dead and this is Darth Vader. So it's Sophia. That's what I'm boning, is Sophia. I don't know who Gabrielle is. She's dead. So that's beside the point. I like these car conversations. I felt this was, like I said, this was the best of the episode. This was two people in a car talking is the best of the season, is the best of the show. This is what makes the show good. What are y'all doing with all this other stuff? Why did I have to see? I mean, now I'm glad for the Bruce stuff because of the Claudia circle back, but we didn't need all this other stuff. I still didn't need the Fang Gang. I didn't need the Fang Gang. I didn't need that hallway fight. I didn't need this band. I didn't need none of this. You could have given me two people in a car talking, and we would have been fine.
Well, they say the Fang Gang, the whole situation there was foreshadowing. We were supposed to get the headless horseman vibe from the hallway situation.
Okay.
I'm
just telling you what the people said.
People. Thank you so
matter
much.
what the people say, I want anyway.
Thank you so much for the super chat. Definitely appreciate that. Thank you for showing love. Let me get over here. Thank you. The Claudia scene was so good, but I was feeling her pain so much. Now Lestat and Louis feel selfish and reckless to me. I'm a bit disgusted by them. Absolutely.
I feel you, A.
Disgusting individuals all day long. Like that's what I'm saying. Lou, you over here trying to text and keep your options open. Who else is gonna have you, boo? And
Who we learned it from? Who we learned it from? Who we learned it from?
His mama. That's who he learned it from. His mammy.
Oh, you texting, girl. Who gonna love you like I do, Bookie?
Let's open this relationship line court. That's what it is.
I'm sure who you're texting. You texting fine ass Moses. Fine ass Moses is a shell. He knows the shell of who you truly are. Pimptress. Quit texting, folks. Thank you so much for the super chat. I be wanting to knock Louis between the washer and dryer. He pisses me off every episode. So
Lestat already did that. Lestat already did that.
Super chat. Oh Lord. Oh, once again, see, we gonna get you some help, boo. We gonna get you some help. See, we gonna get you some help. See, we gonna have somebody come down and talk to you.
No problem.
Now leaving these card combos because I thought they were everything. I said, why y'all trying to be adults? Okay, we get over here. Show me that brutal love. I want it. I said you better sing down, Bookie. Performance, artistry, song. Yeah, did good. I was so proud of him. I say finally because baby, them songs weren't cooking. I'm so glad that you came full circle with yourself. But baby, for me, it was even before we get here, we're in the car, and Louis has this air of being like proud. Like, I didn't know you had this in you. Like, he's proud of his man. When he told him, baby, roll down that window and get a fans with their voice. Roll down. It's like, yes, I love it. Baby, give him one of those. He's like, that's my man. You give them fans what they want, baby. Look at you. I see you. And then this was that on stage, like, do you see me? Is he looking? Did I do good? Like, all of this validation that we're waiting for. But even before here, Tan Dan. So yeah, Sophia, did he meet her yet? It's like, well, yeah, I'm going to meet her tonight. It's like, you want to introduce me? No, I'm sure you guys can get in, where you fit in. Go over there and meet Sophia. Baby, Sophia is pressed. You weirdo, you jilted lover. Like, she is so pressed. We can already see early in the episode, the status like, oh, Sophia's been here. She left some things behind. Like, oh, you thought you was going to pull up and get some of your son? But, Louis was already there. So you flew your happy ass back out that window, didn't you? But just sitting here, maybe the way she is giving Louis this side eye. So yeah, I heard you didn't think that he should go through with this great conversion. I really don't. But Lestat, he's going to do what he wants to do. Maybe you shouldn't go. Well, why wouldn't I go? Well, I think he would. I said, what do you mean if he was hurt? What are you trying to say, Gabriella? What if you got hurt? That would hurt him even more. But, stay next to me. I'll protect you. Well, yeah, I'm going to go because I think it would hurt him more if I wasn't there. I said, sure would. Sure would. But in the midst of all of that, we hit the stage with brutal love. They just completely blew past us transforming our, fellow vamp mates, our van mates at this point. I said, because y'all knew that they didn't matter. Y'all knew that we shouldn't have been spending time with this van anyway, but they're vampires. Everybody took the bait and got bit. Okay. But it's like, let me break it down one more time, break you off with a little preview of the remix, sang this song. She said, is it a song for Mama? Is it a song for Sophia? Because I know I'm the center of your world and your universe. Baby, he was brutal loving down all about Louis, and she just couldn't stay in her seat. She was like, I know you're not serenading him. Like, this isn't for me. I thought I was your world. I thought I was your everything. He's that much competition. Yes, and you should be bothered. Girl, you are not all of that. And the way she was trying to sit there and sling mud, and it's like, yeah, you need to give him your undivided attention. You're on your phone. We knew what he was on his phone checking for and looking for, but that's not any of your business. She's jilted in this lover, this disgusting sense, but there's also this mom energy on the side. Like, yes, I am the mother, the manager in this, but yeah, are you sure that you should even be here? Because unlike, yourself, Lestat has, suitors, but like not really. It's like you're Lestat's complete center. You're the only one in the everything. Who you texting, bruh? Are you really going to be here? Are you going to leave and cop a flight with Moses Company the moment that you're all healed up? Like, are you here for real? Like, I'm also trying to protect his heart. I'm really not, because I really want it all for me. And I'm low-key hurt that you're singing this song to him. Ashley?
That whore is not protecting his damn heart. She's jealous. She says, somebody's in my spot. I don't like anybody in my spot in Lestat's life. I don't like anybody else who has that much power over Lestat. We saw it at the concert, the first concert that Louis makes it to, when he throws Interview with the Vampire in his face, and she's sitting there like, oh, okay, I peep immediately. So Gabriella has been hedging her bets and waiting for her moment to have this alone time, in my opinion, with Louis. But when the song is happening, and Lestat is looking so fierce in the eyes, and Louis is eating up every single second. Like, they are singing soul to soul, heart to heart, cheek to cheek, eye to eye. And she doesn't know what to do, because I thought I was his one. Like, I thought I was the only one who held that space in his life. And when the horse said, maybe you shouldn't be there tonight, you ticked off a lot of amps, Louis. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me, ho, because that one right there, over there, that one's mine. Go to war about it. Do you hear me? Like what are we doing, Gabriella? Like, your slip is showing. I love that she's unsettled by him. I love that it makes her uncomfortable. I think it's the first time in the series we've kind of seen her facade crack a little bit, because, oh, I wasn't expecting this. This is something different. Why don't I know more about this situation and the way that Lestat was paying her dust in this moment? Like, I live. This is what we needed. We need this separation. We need her to be bothered so that we can cut her head off and burn all the pieces. I'm so over this hoe. I'm ready for her to go yesterday. But the song was beautiful. I've liked the loneliness. I've liked this, whatever that Why song is. There have been several songs that I liked, but I thought that this was a great song as well. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
The hits, Ashley, the ballads.
Yeah, listen, the number ones.
It was her in the number ones, number ones. It was her in this pressure. She is on the neck. So the Great Conversion, Transylvania. Yeah, I'm just back up. I don't know, like, just like, you know what? Once you go see about Alex, because he needs his mother. It's like, it's clicking. Like, you are supposed to be like, he's confused, and he's in a way like, I'm feeling some type of emotion towards you. Like, he was like, I really don't want you kissing me on the mouth all out in public, even if you are supposed to be Sophia. Let me go get it. He say, bye, my man here. I say,
Yeah.
See, how did you feel about this hair? Because she was making future plans too. She was like, so we're gonna watch everything unfold from the da-da-da-da-da. Meanwhile, Lestat is already in conversations like, Louis, what you doing after this? Because I'm trying to link up with you.
She sees that her spot isn't really her spot. She always thought she was number one, and then she realized she number two when number one shows up on the scene. And I love that. And I also thought it was interesting that we got through the dialogue that she was the one who turned Alex and like the member of the band or whatever. So he was like, oh, your mama, he needs a mama, his mama. So I was like, she's the one who turned him, which I thought was interesting. And I also think it's funny that Lestat only puts on his vampire power performances really when Louis in the audience. Remember when he froze the crowd before, when Louis was there? He was on the stage now, jumping and twirling and flying and doing all these dips and tricks because Louis in the audience. I thought that was funny. I also thought it was interesting that Jacob Anderson in interviews, he mentioned that this was his favorite song. And that's like, so like, see you next Tuesday. Like, it was the song about Louis. So that's like his favorite song. I thought that was funny. And when we see how Gabriella / Sophia acts around him and basically trying to sun him like, oh yeah, if you come stay next to me, I'll protect you. Like, girl, who are you? Yes, you're older than me, but I have the blood of Akasha via Lestat at this point, honestly, because he didn't get that until after he turned Gabriella, but he had it when he turned Louis. And he even double dipped on that blood later in the episode, which, we'll discuss. But if anybody, Louis has the fire gift. He has these abilities. What the hell? What's Sophia got? Nothing but some coochie? So, if anybody's protecting somebody, and is Louis would be protecting her. Let's get the record straight. But I did enjoy the song. This is one of the 2, possibly 3 songs that I liked so far of the season. So yeah, great couple scenes.
It's just sexy. She wants to be the one and only love, the one and only fledgling, the one and only of importance in his entire universe. Girl, back off. Dumb.
No, this is not your seat. You was just keeping it warm for me. See, when you hit it right, you ain't always got to be there for my mind, for me to be on your mind. Just get out my way, get out my eye line. Cause me and my boo thing having a moment right here on stage. I'm receiving it. I was like, it was like Louis was for the cry real tears, not blood tears. It was water coming down his cheeks. I was like, this love is so strong, they turning human when they cry. Like, this was a moment. This was like all the ballads, whatever the other song was when he was playing the piano. This song, what's the name of the song? Because I was listening to it and I went to
Brutal Love, right?
Show me that brutal. I said, you might I love Lestat.
Yeah, this was good, and then the connection between them was and this is what you're supposed to do when you do a spinoff / sequel. Like the connection between them was 2.5 seasons worth of emotion and feeling, all communicated. Really, I want to say without a word, but he was singing the lyrics, but it was just their faces. It was just the acting. The acting is out of this world, because I felt like these two brothers is in love. And you can't tell me otherwise. It's like the Kerry Washington and the dude who played Fitz. And it's like
yes.
Yeah, I was like, y'all wasn't acting. Like, that's how I feel with these people. It's like, y'all not acting. This is just how y'all feel. And Gabrielle is so salty. Gabrielle is so salty, and it's hilarious because that old medieval coochie can only do so much. And yeah, it's funny because it's almost like Lestat put her back in mama mode when he referenced go see about Alex. Like, don't be all up on me. Don't be all up on me. Go see about your new boy, because I ain't got time for you. Matter of fact, you can go back to wherever you was going, because I'm healed now, because Louis is back. You was just here when I'm having a bad day and I'm not myself. But when Louis is here, I'm myself. And all of this was great. Gabriella's wrath or vindictiveness, well, I guess comes to fruition by the end of the episode. But the fact that the smirk came off her face, the fact that she wasn't sashaying around because she was stuck. This was great. This was a great scene. And which we were talking about last episode when we were talking about the budget, and it was like, even though the budgets don't be big, they do what they can with the most. This is how you utilize a low budget, because all of these scenes are very, in a soundstage, in a car. We not in downtown Manhattan and got to block off the whole street to have a big scene. This is what you do, but it makes sense because this was a great scene. This was a great written scene. This was a great acting scene. So it adds to everything. The stuff we've been doing up until now, I was just like, look, the band could have went. I was just so tired, but I'm glad we're here now because I'm having a good time.
You didn't care, Dom. They've been transformed. They're vamps now.
and we ain't seen them. All we done seen is Alex. Where the little weird girl at? They ain't did nothing but play instruments. That's all they've been doing. Just be in a band.
Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me okay in the chat. I saw that there was some issues. Thank you so much for the super chat. As sick and done with Sophia. I'm sick and done with Sophia. I've been damn near from the start. It was almost worth putting up with her to see Lestat finally, noticeably, starting to be getting over her manipulative-ish too. I was here for it when he said, Mom, because Alex might need you in a way that I maybe needed you in a mom before, but you were never that for me. Like, I was here like that, and that's what I was identifying with C saying that there wasn't enough of like a slow build in this episode, because this would have been nice to have Lestat kind of waking up over time, but it just really didn't feel like we were getting that as far as his mama was concerned. But that's that. I'm gonna give y'all a moment to hit that like button. Please do so. Somebody said only 39 likes, y'all. Vic said please. 39 likes. Thank you guys so much for supporting. Be sure to hit that like button during the break. And Louis said, I'm wifey. You might have heard about me. We'll be right back.
Then I roll up, then I'm
love it so much. Y'all know I do these things and pick these songs way before we ever watch anything. That the perfect song for them is Pick Up the Phone. Pick up the phone because I know you're home and you don't have to call, because all of the chutzpah that has been surrounding the phone this season is crazy. And I see you guys with the jewels in the chat. Thank you so much for supporting with the jewels. We appreciate that as well. But getting over here and where I was ready to fight Louis, because I was so mad. I was so mad when we got here, because Louis will always show his true colors no matter what. Baby, we're riding along and it was like, I did good, right? The performance was great, right? Yeah, I think we should cancel. I mean, but why? Like, who is Sophia again? It's like the way I felt so sorry for my Buki Lestat in the scene, like the panic attack of it all. For everybody who was not just the people who were saying that we needed Sophia and all the trauma of that to really get into who Lestat is, but more so for the individuals who were trying to validate it because they're vampires and it's different. You shouldn't hold this to the same ancestral heights that you would hold it if they were just mother and son. You absolutely should. From the moment that, I don't know, we got over here with Louis, it seems like something has been waking up, and we do, we're made to understand that it's been months at this point of this being cooped up and Louis rehabilitating all about Claudia. But he got sick to his stomach. He got sick, like the sickness and the shame and the immediate embarrassment, because I don't want anybody to know. Baby Daniel is on the street like this is HBO way back in the day. Doing an interview in the sunlight, like this is real sex. over here with Armand. And it's just like, yeah, well, way back in the day, I knew her as Gabrielle, but you might know her as Sophia. His mother. The instant disgust from Louis. Okay, shame, misunderstanding. What do you mean? Your mom, the same coochie that you came out of? Are you crazy? That's sick. That's crazy. How are you trying to validate this to me? Valid. It was the bolting. Baby, the way, first of all, my baby having a panic attack. I'm about to die in this vehicle. Louis said, oh my God, my shoes. And Louis hopped out the car. He was ready to bolt and leave. I love Louis, but Louis has a problem seeing anybody as a victim outside of himself. He went to the vaults of hell of disgust. He said, oh, how dare you? You had her on our walls. You came out of her coochie and you're sleeping with her. This is disgusting. You're disturbing. You're no better than Armand. I say, well, hold up. God. Well, hold on. Armand? He said, how dare you compare me to Armand? Lestat is literally dying. He's dying of guilt, shame, embarrassment. And it's like, oh God, it's AI. It's a deep fake. It's not me. I said, well, I thought it was validated. I thought this was okay. I thought Lestat was okay. He's not. He was okay as long as it was a secret and nobody else knew. And this was just Sophia. He can repeat all the time in his mind and rationalize it as, well, it's Sophia. It's different. I changed her and she was in the bouts of illness and now she's not Gabrielle. That's not, like, no, they're one and the same. And he really had to sit here and really think about where the line was drawn from mother to vampire. Even when we get here and we're at the bar and it's like, well, nothing happened to you or at her hands before she was changed. And he's, well, potato. Well, what about your mom? Like, he's ready to throw and reject and give blame because he knows it is. And even when he says, like, can you go to the car and check? He's like, just let it go, Lestat. Eventually, this is going to pass and it's not going to matter. But it matters to you. It was the judgment and the rejection from Louis. Like, you're going to leave me vomiting blood on the street? Really? You queen? It's like I had to remind you immediate in this moment. Did I not stop everything for you? I've been healing you this entire time. I had to pull you back off the ledge. I didn't call you crazy, Louis. I didn't call you sick. I was here and I supported you. Right now, I'm sick and I'm at my end, and you're ready to bolt and leave me just because it's distasteful. I would have liked for it to register. Your mom did what? You're what to your mother? That's sick. But you're also being preyed on by a predator. And I want to be here for you to support you until you understand that, whether you changed her as a vamp or not. Baby Lou was about to leave. I say, you raggedy bitch. I did. How dare you? It was just the fact that he was about to leave, and we had to have Lestat vomit and have a full blown. He's like, oh, okay. Wait. I'm sorry. Let me take it back. I acknowledge I was kind of out of line. I'm sorry. Let me be here and support you and hear you out and try to understand what this is, even though I want to reject it altogether. Louis could have went to hell at this moment. I'm glad that he drew it back before he walked his happy ass down the street. But you will never leave my broken baby just like that, because he's never left your ass. He was here with you and Claudia. See?
Look, okay, I'm glad you called on me, because how many of us are about to stay with a man who says, yeah, not only have I slept with my mother, I'm actively sleeping with my mother. Who about to stay in that car? Who about to be like, oh yeah, I understand. Like, and keep in mind, he had to pull teeth to get him to admit that. He was like, oh, is Sophia your mother? Oh no, Sophia is not my. Oh, is Gabrielle you sleeping with your mother? Oh no, Gabrielle.
He's a shamed victim. He's
a victim. He's a victim, but at this point, he's also a liar. He is a liar, because, and then you want to know how he's a liar and he's manipulative? Because as soon as he started losing the argument, he go crying, throwing up, just to distract from the fact that he ain't got no argument. He loses, and that's what it is. It's ultimate manipulative move. As soon as he started losing, and comparing apples to oranges, he want to compare the fact that he is still sleeping with his mother to the fact that Louis is mourning the death of their child. How is that even comparable? It is not. There's no reason that it's comparable whatsoever. It makes absolutely no sense. It's crazy to me. It's wild. And Lestat, he's just so manipulative. And when we get to the scene in the bar, this is the scene I wanted to discuss about him putting the blood in the beer.
That he asked for.
Yeah, that he asked for. But I think that might be a saving grace, because at the end of the episode, we see what happens. So the bullet of Akasha might come through for the both of them by the next episode. But someone in the comments pointed out how Gabriella might be in on it. And now that I got my thinking cap on, how did Daniel get the video of them in the first place? Where has Gabriella really been going off to when she gone for 9 days and suddenly she want to come back and be like, yeah, you should actually be a singer and to spill all the secrets and tell all the world what's going on? And it's like, it's given a conspiracy right here, and I can kind of believe that she's in on it at this point. But yeah, it's wild to who going to stay with a man that's sleeping with his mama? Like, are we serious?
See, this
no, get me out of this car.
A million years of Lestat being broken, preyed on, and rationalizing this to himself to even have her roll up 10 years later. And
this man 200 years old. He's 200 years old. He had 200 years to realize he's a victim. And not to justify it and not continue the abuse. He is continuing it and justifying it and lying about it. And he had the nerve to hang her portrait above their coffin while they banging in the coffin. He looking up at Sophia the whole time, Gabriella reminiscing on being back in the coochie of his mama. No, that's wrong.
So see, that's wrong. Would you have been completely valid for Louis to leave him on the street altogether and just walk away?
Again, I ask, who's about to stay with a man sleeping with his mama? Would you? Show of hands on the panel. You staying with a man that's sleeping with his mama?
It's not about.
Okay, there we go.
It's not about him sleeping with Gabrielle.
That's my case.
It's about the long line of ancestral behavior and her preying on Lestat for him to validate sleeping with her now in the first place.
Yeah. Yes, she's a predator. She's a predator. Yes, but he is 200 years old and he needs to realize, yes, she's a predator, and stop actively sleeping with her. At this point, it's a conscious choice that he's continuing to do it. Come on now. And they're going to try to say, oh, yeah, did I call you crazy and nasty when you were mourning the death of our daughter? It's apples and oranges. What's that?
Mourning? You mean stalking? And paying a hoe to live in the room and talk to you to act out? That was completely mental illness. If Lestat wanted to throw that in his face, even at this moment where Lestat said, here you go with these tears, you throw this humanity out at me the moment that you want to win an argument. Like, do you hear me?
No, but still, even if that were the case, at least Louis had the ability to confess and be like, yeah, this is what I'm doing. This is what's going on. I know it's weird, but this is what I'm doing. He literally had to pull Lestat's teeth to get him to tell the truth about his stinky, raggedy ass mama. He still didn't want to tell the truth.
See how many victims in this same scenario, not non-vampire, want to admit to in this level of an incestual relationship.
That's true. That's true.
I feel like
this man is 200, 300 years old. He's had plenty of time to
what's time for them?
And then not only that, he's no longer a victim at this point. He's an active participant. He is an active
same mirror up to Louis about his attachment to Claudia. If we're going to make time the testament on whether or not you should be able to get over something.
Yeah, the difference is there's the death of your child versus you sleeping with your mama. Come on now, let's we really comparing. Come on now,
Dom, I'm gonna come to you because I ain't got no more.
Man, okay. First of all, it's layers to this. And every layer is bad. But for the one, we gotta remember this is sci-fi fantasy. Sci-fi fantasy is an exaggeration of real life, but it's still a mirror of real life. And Lestat is a victim of sexual trauma and a predatory behavior. And are we not gonna sit here and act like victims of that type of behavior from childhood do not then carry that on to adulthood, and they're psychologically affected. And even though as an adult, they're still engaging in that stuff because they haven't, well, whatever happens to you in your formative years and your foundational years will carry on to your adulthood because you never grew past that. And then you add the supernatural aspect to it of these are vampires. The whole theme of vampires is that when they become vampires, they don't change. So they don't grow. They don't grow old. They don't change. They don't mature. That's why all of their traumas are 1,000-year-old traumas, because they never dealt with them because they don't change. That's the whole point. All of these people got trauma. Louis still dealing with trauma from old New Orleans, from pimp days, because he ain't grown past it because they don't change. And then we're gonna talk about. Then if we're gonna compare apples and oranges, we not. They Granny Smith and McIntosh, because Louis was over here with the weirdest OnlyFans subscription ever in life. And because see, you put the sauce on it, like, oh, Lestat was over here sleeping with his mama and Louis was over here mourning the loss of his daughter. No, he was paying a girl to be his daughter. And you talk about Lestat is 200 years old and should have got over it now. Claudia died 70 years ago. And Louis didn't do dust all of that time. Louis wasn't plagued with guilt to hunt down Bruce and just now found Bruce. He figured out Bruce. He didn't start looking for Bruce 2 weeks ago. So what was all this emotion for Claudia? You know, but the pre 9/11, pre the Industrial Revolution, all back then. No. Louis is just as demented, just as damaged, just as self-centered, and just as self-absorbed as that, if not more. Because, like Tyra said, whenever Louis throw up the bat signal, the Great White Hope is the first person to arrive. But every time Lestat needs something, Louis is busy. My pager ain't working. I had something else to do. It was I get there when I can. Like Louis should.
As it should. Lestat is his abuser. This is what Lestat needed to be doing when his mama called his phone. Hey, I'm busy. I can't. I'm sorry. This is the avoidant behavior he needs to have with his mama. The same, boundaries that Louis was attempting to have with Lestat. That's the same thing. Lestat.
You know what? This is sexist. This is sexist because if we had a woman who, as a teenager, as a 16, 17-year-old teenager, was being abused by her father, and that carried on to her being.
We need to go low canvas.
Yeah, I'm not discrediting the fact that he was a victim and he is a victim, but he's still a liar. And him trying to falsely compare a mourning father/brother to him sleeping with his mom.
I don't think he was trying to compare it. See, he was just saying, regardless of it and how broken you were, I was there and I supported you. I'm asking for the same, and you're ready to bolt down the damn street.
But how can he get the same when he's not even being honest? He had to pull his teeth to even get him to confess that. It's like, come on now.
Who want to
someone
confess
to be
that? With
understanding?
all the shame, he's still sitting here at this bar, literally trying to. I said, make me understand it. So your mom never touched you in a way or made you feel a way or was predatory towards you before you ever changed her? Well, he couldn't even answer it. It's shame. It's shame. And this is guilt because he has to admit to himself exactly who Gabriella and not Sophia has been to him. And my mother was a predator. She wasn't a saving grace. Just like Louis said, where, the old dude, the uncle, whoever who stuck them 2 fingers in me, he also gave me $1. Like, you're validating it. And it's like, let me just listen and try to hear you out, because I was ready to zoom down the street the first time. And I was hoping in this moment that Louis was recollecting, oh, you're broken. Not only are you, a vampire and all these things, it's so much that I don't know about you, and you're a victim. I don't want to shame you for it and leave you here at this bar out of judgment. Ashley?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, and here's the rub. Louis, by no stretch of the imagination, has been a perfect person, a perfect man in any capacity throughout his entire life. And while Louis spoke true facts, like, I am not mad at what he said in the confrontation to Lestat. What I'm upset about is how he brutally rebuffs him when Louis has done hellified things. And like Lestat says in the conversation, I was breaking, actively being broken, and I stopped everything that I was doing to come to your aid, to go sit up next to Claudia and vet her for you and see if you were in a safe place. And not only did I see if you were in a safe place, I then confronted her and tell her to leave you alone because she's hurting you. So what I was able to do in the middle of my brokenness for hundreds of years is come to your aid. And now at the first sight of stormy weather, you're willing to leave me on a street corner like I'm damn old girl from Holiday Heart. Like, no, under no circumstances is the situation. And no one is, a bigger hater of the incestuous nature of Gabriella and Lestat's relationship than me. But what I can also understand is that this is hundreds of years of grooming. This is hundreds of years of a sick and twisted relationship between a person who was supposed to care for you, who was supposed to love you, who was supposed to protect you, who took everything from you. Right? Who took your innocence, right? Who touched on you for the first time, and who then became a master manipulator in your life for 100 years, who played you like a puppet, who set you down and picked you up whenever they needed to. And now you've lived these hundreds of lives seeking validation from all of these other people. If we're going to go into the trauma of it all and the brokenness of it all, we can go back to Armand and Merrick. Why do you think Armand is the way that he is today? He was damn sex trafficked, darn near. He's been in these relationships with all these men who haven't wanted him, and it's projected and playing out now in the beheading that we see. He's still carrying on a mission for a man who left him for dead, basically. We have Daniel and his issues. We have Louis, who almost ate a baby. He almost ate listen. Like, can we tell the truth about it? None of these vampires are perfect people, but I think in that moment, you can't let go or not extend grace to this person who has been so kind to you. I don't give a damn what's currently happening right now. You know Lestat in a place that no one else does. You guys stopped time and space and did all of the things. Your hearts went pitter-patter in sync. I don't think you get any deeper than that. And I think in the moment when we see Lestat react, like, not only to the words, because you don't go back in a place that you came out of, right? You don't go back into that cooter bear. But also, we see in this moment, and I think it's pivotal and so important, we've seen Lestat over these past couple episodes come to an awareness about how wrong the situation is, how, damn, she wasn't a good mom to me, how he's now finally, after these hundreds of years, getting this revelation. And in this moment, I'm now confronted with the depravity that actually is this. Lestat hasn't had this moment before because he hasn't been called onto the carpet about this in this way by someone that he loves. Sure, Armand, knows, but he don't give a damn about Armand. This person that I love is calling me out on this situation. So now I have to look at it and say, oh, damn, this thing that I thought was okay because now we're changed and we're vampires. It's really not. And I think in that moment, being left by this person that you've been willing to move heaven and earth with for all this time to just ready to walk out on you, that's crazy as hell. Louis is depraved in this moment. Truth was said, but also he was wrong as hell. You don't sit in your ivory tower and you don't get to look down on me and judge me when you are hellified yourself. You are full of the devil yourself. You've gone on massacres. If we don't call up nothing but him getting Claudia turned after being told that her life would be a tragedy and a horror and that she should have never been made, if we don't call him out for anything but that, Lestat, I'm going to sit with you. I'm going to forgive you. I'm going to do that. He's been extended so much grace. And the fact that he was willing to walk out without a full conversation. So fine, like going by your comment, see, like, who's going to be with a man like that? Fine. Don't be with him, but he's not worth a conversation. He's not worth a full conversation where you're hearing both sides in that moment. These aren't people, see? These are vampires, right? We can't conflate the two. Like, this is not a real life situation that we would be in.
Who wants to be with Louis? But besides, who wants to be with Louis? If you know
they both ain't shit. They both ain't shit.
That's what I'm saying. But don't walk away like you are shit. Don't do that. Who are you?
In the heat of the moment, the first second you find out somebody's sleeping with their mama, and you're gonna act like he's supposed to be this perfect angel. Let's unpack this in the
rejection and like you're doing what, and you've been lying about it. Like, that's sick. That was valid. The reaction was valid. It was the lack of zero understanding in the immediate judgment of, oh, ew, I can get away from you.
Because that was supposed to be his man. How dare you hang the portrait over our coffin when we sleeping in knocking boots?
And I could see if it was regular old, pompous, I'm just trying to validate it, Lestat with my shoulders in my head. Even though I know it's a lie, I'm still going to, well, it was my mother and I changed. Like, Lestat, whole panic attack, vomiting. This Negro said, ew, my shit. And got out to run down the block. See, who does that?
Lestat vomited on cue, Your Honor. That's what it is. He's a performer.
No, when Louis put up his hand and said that's Armand level manipulation. That was too far. It was too far. That was one of them you gonna be just like your daddy ass conversations. Don't do that. You know better. Don't do that, Louis. No.
How dare you compare me to that gremlin? He said, I'll be a lot of things. You will never compare me to Armand. He was sent down the river. He said, oh my God, did you just compare me to Armand? How could you say that? Thank you so much for the super chat. Love is supposed to be a safe space, Louis. Girl, ain't no the only safe space is for Louis and his problems and his existence and when he weighing in the water. And can you go in there? Is it her? Can you go? Baby, I've been healing you, supporting you for months. And at the thought of me not being all that you would hope or whatever, oh, this is a little bit, you bolt, you asshole. Knew it pissed me off. You pissed me off. Ugh.
I done let you lay in this Heston casket for months, getting over your...
Was Sophia's portrait in that room too? Did he have her above?
It wasn't. It hasn't been.
Magazine in that room too?
The whole portrait thing, there is a portion of Lestat who really wants to believe that she was a loving, supporting, doting mother. And I am going to put my mother's portrait up. I am going to give Claudia her necklace and make it's like, no.
Above your bed is a bit much. Above the bed, above the mattress is a bit much. I'm sorry.
Okay, Louis is too old to be so selfish and stuck. Absolutely. He said, I'm out of here. This is too much. I ain't signed up for this. I didn't sign up to be in bars trying to make sure this isn't the real Claudia or the fake Claudia or judge you. I've never judged you, Louis. I've only supported you. And this is how you treat me? This mother... Louis said, my shoes. He did. Oh my God.
The bad bee he is. He is the Helen of Troy that launched 1,000 vampires. Yes, he's worried about his shoes.
For Lestat to melt into the bloody pavement. Oh, okay, all right. All right, I'm sorry. I did do a bit much. Bring it in. See, oh, please. But if it was up to him, I was gonna leave you. And like, oh my God, he sleeps with mothers. I'm out of here. Tara, you're cool with people smexing their mamas. Absolutely not, Danny. You know that. I'm not even gonna validate this with more of a response. Goodbye. Preach, Dom. Absolutely. Thank you so much for the super sticker, Denise. We appreciate that. Thank you. Jantis pulled up again and said, I love when Pastor Ashley get on the mic. Oh God, let's see. We got another one here. Woo! Ashley is pretty. She is. Ashley said, not on my watch. Ashley turned into a universe.
Not on my watch.
Now, see, Louis was shot. Absolutely, this was sad. I cannot see how you wouldn't at least want Louis to be a bit more supportive in this moment. That is wild to me.
Y'all wild for that. He's sleeping with his mama, and he needs support from me in this moment when I'm just finding out. Give me all this stuff.
I still have to, in my broken state, as he said, I still have to walk you down and talk you back and get you out. Kim, I give you my all. I give you my everything. I bear my soul, and you walk away. I'll say Louis needed to check himself. He did. Well, at least you can give me that swank fan. We will take all the small favors that we can. Thank you. Now, just as Louis was over here, and it was all, well, maybe we should call it off. Maybe we shouldn't go over here to this seance. Before we get into the Claudia of it all, I had to take a moment for the Mayfair witch. Mayfair ain't never been this cool. Mayfair ain't never been this cool. Now, I will say, and it may be biased because I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, and I'm black because I'm back. But the black witches on Mayfair, I always felt like they needed a little bit more time. It always was a good time when they were there. They were delivering on what we thought the Mayfair witches would be in New Orleans. But we have this here. When we meet witch Merrick, and she's everything. I loved her aura, her essence, the way it was a callback to, oh, Louis, I know you. My mom. You pouncing up and down the street with Paul, acting like they could have sworn. Been stuck up all your life, huh, Louis? We could have sworn that money didn't come from the house. It's like, no, that was probably Paul. That was probably Paul. But above all else, love this witch. Loved it because I was like, a Mayfair witch coming? Which one? Who y'all sending? Who all over there? They sent the right one. But we're prepping for the seance. We're giving the rules and the regulations and stay outside the cornstarch and all of this. I need 2 items. They're still making it about them. This is still all about them. This is closure for them. Even when I give you opportunity to even interface with a witch so that you can get your closure for Claudia. So you don't be over here with a Claudia losing your mind. I give you this, but I'm giving you this for you. Once again, this has nothing to do with Claudia. This is all about them, about their relationship. So we're giving the personal items where, I have a sense, and someone burned her, someone left her, someone made her, someone I didn't kill her. Who, me, Louis? I didn't kill her. Well, no, I don't think she was. You're trying to insinuate I killed her. They're both trying to resolve themselves of what they did and what role they played when you both played very equal parts and are wrong. But the fact that we're here in this moment for closure, really for Louis, nothing to do with Claudia. Ashley, how did you feel when we got to meet our witch and how the boys rolled up here once again, making it all about them?
I'm just glad it wasn't that big-eyed, blue-eyed heifer. I did not want to see Dundario over here. I don't want to see her. I didn't want to see her. And I knew a Mayfair was going to be over here, but I didn't know which one. Now, like you said, we did have some blacks. We did have some black Mayfairs. However, none of them were predominantly centered. They were all cooing around Granddaddy who was screwing everybody or whatever his name was. So now that we're over here, and I kept seeing Mary Rich, Mayor Rich, whatever. And I was like, who the hell is Merrick? I said, and then we get over here and meet Merrick. I said, this might have made Mayfair. This might have made a show. This might have made a compelling show. She came in with all the personality. She filled up the room. She was checking hoes, even on the phone, because if my car is not there at the airport when I get here, it's going to be a problem. You said 9:05. I will be in the room. You better be there with my cash. And let's get down to business. This is the energy we needed in seasons 1 and 2 of the Mayfair Witches. I need to go back to Scotland. I needed to be in New Orleans with the blacks. That's where I needed to be. So it was kind of refreshing to see her. And I was like, okay, where are we going here? listen, I fear her salt circle is broken. I don't know why she needed the whole apothecary and the hoodoo lounge in the hotel set up. I think you needed maybe 1, 2 supplies. I don't think you needed all of the whatever, but it made for a scene, you know. But I was very interested. I love it how no, y'all sit 50 paces back, because let's never get it twisted. This is not the Vampire Diaries. You vamps don't run us witches here, right? So I was absolutely here for setting strong boundaries, and I wanted to know more about her. I was like, where have you been all my life? And again, somebody in the comments of my upload said, listen, we don't want her over there because they'll ruin her. Let's keep Merrick right over here where she is with the vamps, and not over there with those witches, because they may ruin her character. But I was super excited to see her. And as the things get to cracking, I was ultimately here for that, because you would never break her tooth out. Listen, and she would never be a defunct witch who needed a cute coin. That's why she's here. When Claudia gives the reads, Tyra, listen, I got everything I needed in this scene, and Merrick came through dripping. Loved it. And I loved how they had to respect it. Because what are you doing? Now sit down and shut up and don't say nothing else. I'm going to get her. Now act like you got some sense when she comes out. Loved it.
See, what did you think about this Mayfair witch and your boys over there making it about them?
I thought this was fun. Like when y'all were talking about the black witches, all I could think about is that song on TikTok with the I'm with the N words tonight.
We are.
So I love seeing her on screen. I did watch like the after show where they said that she actually auditioned to be Akasha, and she did such a great job at the audition that they wanted her to come back and be Merrick. I thought that was very interesting because she does have a presence here in these scenes. I full disclosure, I haven't read the Merrick book. I've only read up until Tales of the Body Thief. I do know she gets her own book, and that apparently there's some kind of relationship between her and Louis. But this scene was very potent. I love that we get to see some cool Mayfair witches, right? I thought that was very nice. And I would be interested to see more of her when they do bring back this little Sorry Mayfair Witches show. I hope she's in it just to have some more exposure for her.
I know. It's back to the coven over there with Angela Bassett. It was very black. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm loving it. When she got the calling on Papa Legba, I was like, girl, where's Angela?
Yeah, she's calling Papa Legba. She's calling on Angel Michael, Angel Gabriel, Virgin Mary. It's like it's a whole blending of religions and beliefs, and it was just a very interesting scene. And I want to see again, because I haven't read the book, but I want to see with her having this ability to connect with the dead. Does that transfer at all in any capacity to the vampires who are also dead? If there's any kind of ability she has over vampires, I would be interested to see that. But yeah, I enjoyed the scene. I like seeing this.
Dom.
Oh, this scene was so black. I love black witches. I love that we got this side of the Mayfair family tree, and because this is what I came for. This made me feel like because the black witches are always the best, even when we go to like the originals and we go to the black witches over there, New Orleans witches over there. It was that's the see, and you could tell that even the way she was witching was black, because this ain't no circle of salt. This is a circle of cornstarch, because I'm cooking after this. But it was just I loved her attitude. I love, like you said, they had to respect her, and she came. And even later on, when she loses a tooth, she was like, "I got to put this going on the bill. This is what we got to do. Don't bring her over there with the blue-eyed bandit. Leave, just unless you're gonna give her own show. Unless you're gonna do Mayfair, New Orleans, like, and we just gonna do spin-offs like NCIS. Unless we're gonna do that, I don't need her over there being sully, because they ain't gonna do it right. They ain't gonna do it right over there with Alexander Daddario. Just let the black dude from Talamasca that's in Mayfair Witches come over here with her, and they can start their own show. But this was fun. This was
I
fine.
loved it. Because in Mayfair, it always felt like anytime we had a vampire or a witch interface, like they were a little inferior. She said, maybe 10 and 2, bringing all that hesitation, holleration in this dancery. Separate. Y'all bringing some negative energy. And this will be on my bill because how dare Claudia bring her mad ass up here and make me lose it too.
Amen.
Oh, Lord. Now, y'all, Claudia rolled up. Once we've made contact, and Claudia rolled up in a way that oh my God, now I knew Claudia was gonna be mad because the way that, for the most part, we've never really met Claudia. It's been through Louis' eyes, it's been through Lestat's eyes, everybody except Claudia. So when she pulled up and we made, baby, the way she immediately broke her tooth and left, it's like, oh, get her back, get her back here, like we want to talk to her. I knew it was up the moment Louis uttered, I just was hoping that you had found some peace. I say, oh, not no peace. It's over. Girl. Slave. Nappy head ass slave. I said, Claudia. When Claudia came out there and we wasn't too far removed from I don't like windows where when they closed, we had that dress on and them sever Achilles heels. I said, oh my God. First of all, this was a great way to bring her back. I felt the separation between Claudia because I was like, how clear is it going to be? Because y'all have Claudia here in a different capacity than we thought. And this is the first time that we really get to get into her. Then when she stepped out, I said, okay, it's Claudia. Claudia down somewhere spending her money. This is Claudia. The rage that she rolled up with to say, it's never been about y'all. It was never about, I really can't stand either one of you bastards. I say, absolutely. Tell them. Because for so long, I wanted to punch Louis in the face when he said, what about the things that you should be thanking me for? I was like, we've had enough of you. First, it was your damn shoes, Louis. Now it's the things that you should be thanking me for. The way Claudia rolled up here and told us that she's always had her own perspective and her own narrative. My escape plan to manipulate the both of you was hitched long before. It's like, I always hated you. I always had resentment. I always felt a way. I don't know what cloud that you both were sitting on to where I was looking up and just enamored of all things, especially you. She said, bitch ass Louis. Let me tell you something about yourself. You're not even my maker. He was always my favorite. That's my blood. You were just here. I latched on to you because you were the flunky and you were the one that were going to follow me to the depths to get me to where I really wanted to be, away from the both of you motherfuckers. Say, oh my God. She said, if you look real close, etched on your ribcage is slave. I said, oh, I fell on the ground. I fell on the ground. I fell on the freaking ground. Baby, the way she said I played the both of you like a fiddle, and I knew telling you that Daddy Stat, Uncle Stat, said he was going to do X, Y, and Z to me on that train would get you to do exactly what I wanted you to do. And you, Lestat, the way that you were putty in my hands, the way I did my big one when I went over there and slit your raggedy throat. I said, oh my God. She said, when I took your African queen, when I took your black queen all the way over there to Paris, I mean, fine, have your hate. I would have did the same thing. I would have went over there and got my get back. What I wouldn't have done was save Louis' sorry ass. But you're too sunk. Both of you are so sunken and in love with each other and your mere existence that you didn't even peep it. What I really want to know is, where in the hell is Madeleine? That's who I want to see. That's who genuinely, I have my quarrels with Madeleine. I ain't even gonna get. I'm gonna let Claudia. I'm gonna let her cook. That's who loved me. That's who genuinely cared about me outside of their own damn shadow. Why isn't she here? What seances and cornstarch circles and tears did you shed for her? What was I ever supposed to do with your raggedy ass guilt? Well, I wanted to join you. I thought you were calling me. Oh, if I wanted you to join me, I would have tripped Armand going up the steps to save your ass. She said, going out there, burying your chest like you were in a porno. You were in a dirty movie. That's what you thought. It was never that. I hate you both. Can't you get that through you? She said, I'm dead. I'm dead, Louis, and there's nothing that you can do about it. Save your sorry ass sack of tears in them sorries where they belong. To say you really thought taking your tired ass over there to Bruce was going to do something. She said, reading my diary, which I told y'all, both me and Dom, was like, that's not cool. Why would you read her personal? You thought that was going to do something for me? No, this has been all about you. When I've hated you, there is nothing that you can do to make up for it. We were dead from the moment that you drug me in there and from the moment that you bit me. It's been up and it's been stuck. I hate y'all asses. I loved every single moment of this. I love the wrath. I love the rage. I love the sentiments that even draw back to season 1. You know, who's going to be here for me? Who's going to love me? Who's going to be my companion? She's never gotten that. And I don't even get to get that in the depths of hell. So you crawled and brought me out of the shifty spirals for what? For this? For you two? Both of you. I said, oh, I'm here for it. I loved all of this. Do it again, Claudia. Do it again. It was amazing. Ashley.
I told y'all we couldn't believe them journal pages. I told you we can't believe really nothing from anybody. Everybody's lying. To your point, I believe this is the truest representation of Claudia that we've ever had. I think this is Claudia. And I know you're like, this is Lestat's interpretation of what happened, whatever. This is Claudia. This is how Claudia really felt. This is what it was. And she came and she spoke facts. She spoke truth to power, because when she gets out, first thing she says, you're here with him? You brought him? Oh, yeah, I'm finna read you. I'm finna read you down, Louis, because you're still weak. You're still a slave and you're nappy-headed. Now, the naps, I said, we don't use that word anymore, Claudia. Like, we don't call people nappy-headed hoes or anything like that. So, girl, I get you're mad, but let's bring that back. But no, she spoke nothing but facts. You were the low-hanging fruit. You were the weak one. I've always hated your stinking guts. That's my daddy. That's the one I really love, kind of lightweight. Like, I hate both of you. Actually, as a matter of fact, Louis, you're the person that I hate most in this universe. I hate you more than my daddy who left me. I hate you more than Bruce that was all up in me. I hate you more than everybody. You are the scum between my toes. I hate your stinking guts. I felt every single inch of it. Because how dare you? How dare you think this song is about you? How dare you think my life was centered around you and Lestat? And Lestat, you too. Because really, I'm disappointed. I thought more of you, right? Because at the end of the day, it was like Lestat was a person who truly reveled in his vampire nature, in the dark gift. He knew who he was and was willing to accept it. She knew that she could play on Louis' insecurity of this idea that, I still really have my humanity. I'm not as bad as that. Like, I still have a heart. I knew that if I lied and made up this thing on the train that that Lestat was going to have somebody grape me or worse things were going to happen, that this was going to be the thing that I could do. I played you guys like puppets and you accomplished, my mission. But after all that, you found a broke witch and brought her here. I've already taken one of her teeth. I've broken your salt line. The circle's broken. At this point in my mind, Claudia is free and roaming and seeking who she may devour. She's going to take some abode in somebody's body. This is not an unencumbered spirit that's not looking for a host. When Mayfair says, listen, let's close the circle. I said, baby, the circle's already broken. Ain't no closing it once she got out. What do you think this is? Like, she is free and roaming. For me, though, it was once the tooth was broken, it was Lestat and Lou. Bring her back. Bring her back, bring her back, bring her back. And Louis really feeling justified and saying with his whole chest, well, Claudia, well, nothing I ever. No, I hate you. You're the worst. I think even if she was just in her feelings in the moment, this is something Louis needed to hear. Louis needed to hear this from Claudia, because otherwise he was never going to come to the terms of what a trash person he really is. And I'm not saying he has to stay a trash person, right? There's things about Louis I love, just like Lestat. Lestat is a trash person as well, but there's things about him I love. The difference is Lestat knows he's trash. Mm-hmm. Louis has never taking the moment and opportunity to actualize the fact that, yes, I too am trash. And I think having the confrontation hopefully opened his eyes and is going to leave room for a new enlightened Louis who can now make some changes and move in the right direction. I doubt it because their heads get cut off in a couple minutes, but I loved this. Delaney did her biggest one. I think in the after show, they talk about how she did this scene over and over. And she's like, I got more to give. I've got more to give. And she left it all out on the floor. I can't wait to see what else she does outside of the vamps. But no, loved it. Good.
I don't know, Ashley. He said, "What about the things you should be thanking me for?" I said, "Lestat said her." I said, "Why would you say that to her?" Thank you so much for the super chat. Having her get out all the harsh truth she did to Louise, just like in the Merrick books, was amazing. Oh, so this is in the books. Ciao. It was everything I ever needed. This is what I've been waiting on. Don't come to you. Stacey for last.
This was obviously amazing. Like you said, Delaney did an incredible job. This, to me, showed not just how bad Louis is as a person, but also, so it showed me how bad Louis has been as a person, and also how bad he still is. Because in the aftermath of all of this, he was like, "Dang, that was crazy." Like, he was broken up about it at all. He was like, "Man, all right, on to the next thing." It was just a wild thing because I'm watching it. And when she starts talking about, "I hate you more than my dad, more than Bruce," I'm like, this would devastate. If I love someone the way Louis say he loved Claudia, and I've been carrying around this guilt for 7 years, supposedly, I would be devastated to hear that person tell me that all of these people I'm seeking vengeance for on your behalf, all of this stuff, I'm worse than that. That's how you feel. That's how my daughter feels about me. I would be devastated. You could talk to me about nothing else ever from here till I get right with this. And now I done already paid, because I paid this witch to come and call Claudia. I'm paying this witch. I got millions of dollars. I'm paying this witch however long it takes. You're gonna find your girlfriend in the afterlife. We're gonna bring you both here. We'll put you both in bodies. Y'all can figure it out. Like, I gotta do something because I actually care. Louis don't give up nothing. He don't care at all because he ain't crap. I was just like, Louis is trash. But this was, and the fact that Lestat ain't had nothing to say. Lestat sat over there like, "Oh, well, she said I'm her favorite." But Lestat did have no interjections. He had no ifs, ands, but he was like, "Oh, well, yeah, she is kind of right." This was great. And I'm glad Louis finally got faced with somebody telling him the cold, hard truth that you ain't it, my brother. You ain't it. But yeah, oof. You muted, my baby.
Yeah, this made me question everything. Like, even down you and me, you and her, you chose another one over me. Like, was she really over there begging for you to choose her, Louis? Was it really that? We don't know. And I thought the same thing, Ashley, the moment that circle was broken, and it's like, baby, Delaney Part 5, the adult version, Miss OnlyFans is in hot Atlanta spinning bread. Girl, if she go over there and inhabit that body, I'm through. See,
within.
See, how did you feel about the execution of this scene and everything that Claudia had to unleash on these boys?
I want to address the writers, because between the Popeyes chicken, the Louisiana Popeyes chicken, the nappy-headed hoes, the slave reverend, I'm like, who's putting this together? I don't know. It's a little questionable to me, but I'm gonna overlook it for now.
For Coon Louis is
exactly. That's gonna be the next one.
Yeah.
You token black DEI. That's what about to be the next episode, according to the writers. But let's take a minute to really unpack this, right? Because we got to think about when Claudia died, right? What was it, between 1940s, 1920s, somewhere in or around about, when we see this specter, right? The specter brought on by a witch under Lestat's payroll. How does she know the things that she knows? She makes references to what was it that she made reference to? The hug in the hurricane. between Lestat and Louis, something that happened after her death. How would she know this? She made reference to Louis' attempted unaliving, an event that happened after her death. How would she know this? She made reference to even Armand being there during that time. How would she know this? She's dead. How would she know this? And then I thought about it. I thought about 7 words. You are now listening to the failures, right? You are now listening to the failures. This is Lestat's version of events. And the fact that she had such heat for Louis, and when it came to talk about Lestat, the only thing she said was to confess to being a manipulator and a liar. Oh, I lied about him, what he said about me on the train. And that's literally all she had to say in regards to Lestat. To me, it's given influence. It's given this is Lestat's version of events, because it's just not adding up. It's just not adding up. How does she know these things? And who in the room does know these things? Lestat. Lestat knows these things. Is this just a coincidence? I think not.
Ghost hunt. She said she was gonna haunt everybody. See, she said she was gonna go haunt them.
No, this isn't a haunting, because she's basically like, why are you disturbing your sleep? And again, I haven't read Merrick, but word on the curb is that Merrick mentioned that Claudia could come back with other things, right? It could not be just Claudia. So to me, Lestat has these abilities. Again, he has the blood of Akasha. We already see he has the abilities to make mortals do his bidding. Who's to say he can't do the same thing with specters? Who's to say? Because the fact that she knows all these things post-mortem, the fact that she has all of this heat for Louis and zero zilch for Lestat, this is basically Lestat's narcissistic attempt to warp the events and kind of go on this redemption tour for himself, because it just doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. And I doubt that this young woman who lived through, the racism of the 1920s, 1940s, for her to call another Black man basically a coon, I don't know.
She called him that in season 1. She
I don't know. For calling him a nappy-headed N-word. I don't know.
She's called him a slave before, and go to master. Go to.
But again, how does she know these events? It doesn't add up. This is Lestat's welcome. You are now listening to the failures. That's what it is. And the fact that he's looking all doe-eyed. Okay.
See,
is that what she said?
If this is what this is, see, let's just say Claudia was actually summoned. What would she have to say to Louis and Lestat, in your words?
I think she would be mad. But to say and point to Lestat that he was my favorite, I don't think that's the case. I don't think the only thing she would have to say in regards to Lestat is, oh yeah, I lied about him saying he was going to R-word me on the train. Are you kidding me? This is Lestat's version of events to redeem himself in his own mind, in his own retelling. This isn't what Claudia hated that man from the beginning. And she had to say.
But why? But how do you know? How do you know Claudia hated that man?
Because her diary was read by Daniel. Her diary was made public in the book. I'm saying, if we're going to believe anything, we're going to believe Claudia's diary, right? Not Lestat's version of events. It doesn't make it. It's not adding up. It's not adding up. What does add up is that Lestat, who has the blood of Akasha and who is narrating these course of events, warped this retelling to make himself look like a shiny brand new penny, and everyone else look like S. I won't say the word, but S. So that's what really happened.
I just want to congratulate C on her new job as a Fox News correspondent, because you sound like these folks talking about Obama's tan suit is the reason gas prices is high. Like,
you're not. How does she know these courses of events?
She dead. She can see whatever she want to see.
She dead. How did she come on now? She did. Exactly. She did. And so was Louis.
Me watching, I thought the smoke was warranted. I felt like all of the potent smoke was towards Louis because he was the one trying to validate her death and I'm mourning and oh Claudia and oh wherefore I thought Claudia had ass. And it's like, please stop. I need you to stop and let this go. Like I thought the smoke was because he's the one that's been trying to, I'm doing everything all in the name and in vain of Claudia all these past 70 years. Say, oh, thanking you for you rolling up and killing Bruce 70 years. Oh, thank you. You thought this has all been self-validating. Lestat has not been off, on some crusade trying to right wrongs. And it's like, at least my favorite or not, he always knew who he was. He stood in his shit 10 times tall. You are over here holier than thou for what? I hate you just as equally. Please stop what you're doing. Both of you can go to hell. Ashley, I feel you over there holding in something. What you holding?
I ain't holding nothing else in, child. I'm not holding anything else in. I just don't. It's hard to say when we haven't been well acquainted, at least the non-book readers, with ghosts in this universe and what their consciousness is. Right? Are they able to observe silently on the outside until they're brought forward? Are they able to haunt? Are they able to possess? But in my mind, she's fully aware. She has a full understanding of the present, the times that are going on, and that damn diary can't be trusted, just like none of their words can be trusted, just like nobody can be trusted. They're all unreliable. I agree. I saw it in the chat. She wrote in that diary what she wanted them to see because she knew they would be reading her diaries. This is a master manipulator. Claudia's always been a monster as well, but they're all monsters. These are vampires. I'll be interested to see how it all plays out, though. I will.
Oh man!
Shout out to Team Louis in the chat. Y'all see the logic.
Louis deserve every bit of this lashing. I don't care.
Yes, it is.
Even if you say it's like bring your malice, it's like, baby, I don't really have, because I've had to sit in my own personal hell and listen to Louis go on, and this is for, and I'm trying to pay. Girl, just come down and talk to me with a fake Madeleine because I miss it so much. My sister, my chérie, my everything. Sir, please, you were never that to me, and I wasn't that to you. Stop it. Hold up. Isn't Claudia like 6 years old in the book? Dang, we're beyond that. You know how we had to age Claudia up. Everybody knows, dang. Please. See, it's gonna be okay, baby.
It's gonna be okay when the truth comes out. Yes.
See, this was in the books. She hated Louis. And I think,
but was it not also in the books that Merrick said that she could come back? This may not be all the way Claudia. Was that not in the books? Let us know in the chat, because I think it was.
Whether or not the hate is still real, see, he can be hate. Somebody can rationalize hating Louis. She can. It's okay. See, she can hate his thinking guts, and we're all left to fight another day. We can, and he will too. Somebody get our good sis some Flintstone vitamins. That's a throwback. See, preaching harder than Ashley. Thank you so much for the super chat. Oh man. See, this is the same stuff she said in her diary in Merrick. Child, I don't know. Them diaries. I'm gonna take this spirit. I'm gonna run with it. I don't care. How can you play me, Claudia, and you dead? And that's what she's saying. Just let me. I can't even find peace. Like, I'm already in hell, and then I have to sit and listen to you spin your wheels all about how this is in the name, and oh, I just missed, and oh, you're sunken sorry tears. Like she said, slave, please. I just can't. But we get over here, and baby, as quick as this happened, and our mouths were shut because ever so self-centered. They're like, well, we should work on ourselves. How about we work on ourselves together? Like, it was never about Claudia. They're both equally hell on wheels walking. We didn't even have like, oh, I just need a century to decompress everything that just happened. It was like, well, things were said. Louis said, the way Louis is always trying to walk back his piss poor behavior, I didn't even know I had that in me. The way I had to just really sit back when I said, Oh, Lestat couldn't wait. Oh, the things you should be thanking me for because you shouldn't have said that. Yeah, I didn't even know I had that in me. I need to do some work on myself.
Mm.
Do it, please.
A
It's like,
self-aware king. A self-aware king.
please. And then here comes Lestat. She didn't leave any room for ambiguity. That one. Well, it's like,
Conveniently said that.
why now? Why this presentation, even in the past, of having that heifer up on the walls? Why bring something? Did you really think you could keep her a secret? No, you didn't. It was maybe it's self-sabotage. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's me confronting my childhood traumas. I need to work on myself too. You know what? We could really work on ourselves together. It could be nice. Aren't there stars on down there? In them hills. Yeah, like and 2 lawn chairs. And the best little trailer, like the best little whorehouse in Texas, if you will. Oh my God, yes. And what grows in it? Primrose. I say, look at these losers on a bench. They were just so like the way it was just like, well, that's that. Like, we were over it in a second, and we are sitting here making plans for the near future because it could be nice. Do I really have to go and give the performance and the whole great conversion? We could go off and plan our lives together like we always should have. And we hobnobbing, touching our vampire manicure 3000s. They're ready to walk off into the sunset. I thought this was all about, Claudia. It never was. And that's why she read both of y'all, especially Louis for 5th. The way Louis has carried this torch for Claudia for 70 years, you would expect him to carry it for 70 more. All because I wasn't to her what I thought I was. Oh my God, I'm devastated. You know what? I am, but we can really be devastated under the stars together and pick up where we left off, boo. I say, y'all are hell. Both of y'all, sorry. But it was cute to dream for this moment. See, what did you think about them coming out here, sitting on this bench like it was a Tuesday? Like, y'all don't need time to process? Y'all good? Yeah, I know you're good because y'all never gave a damn.
This is why, again, I don't know who to smack, because is it the writers for like moving on so quickly from this season? Because literally, I feel like if this was season 2, this would have been a force after. This would have been devastation after. They literally moved on so quick and started talking about other things so fast that I had whiplash. I was like, didn't Claudia just like, how are we already talking about we want to move to a trailer park in the desert? And like, damn, that's wild. What you got planned after this, baby boy? Like, it's crazy. And I'm thinking, is it the writers? Or is it, again, you're listening to the failures? Is it Lestat, again, because he don't give a damn about Claudia? He's ready to move on to the next thing with Louis? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, are the writers good or are the writers bad? Like, are they cooking or are they not cooking? I don't know. I don't know where it lands. But I will say that I was a little disappointed with how quickly they moved on from the previous scene to this sitting on the bench. I do like the callback of the bench, though. That's the spot. I do like that. So yeah, those are my thoughts.
Dom, they said, now that Claudia's out the way, we can pick up where we left off and plant some evening primrose.
You're muted.
Muted, Dom. That's y'all going off in this chat. Sorry, they were. There's 2 losers on the bench. What happened, Dom?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. No, this was like watching local news, and it was like 13 people were killed in a nursery this morning. And in other news, we're cooking s'mores for the season. It was like, what are we doing? This was more so, I think, a product of like C was saying, the structure of the show and the structure of the episodes. Like, we have to close this chapter off and move on so we can get on to the next thing, because this should have been I would have said that if it wasn't Louis Dupont-Dulac and he lacking, because he just didn't care about Claudia. He was like, oh well, that's over with. Now I got Lestat here I can obsess over, and he'll feed my ego. So that's a good substitute, because I didn't care about that little girl no way. And my pet died, and I acted like I was sad that my pet died. Now my pet's mad, so I could just move over. And so that the Louis is horrible person. And I don't know that he knows what love is. He just knows how to receive affection. He don't know how to love. And so this whole scene was silly to me. Because it was like, what are we doing here? That was probably the most emotional scene of the season, followed by, I didn't know I had that in me. I probably shouldn't have said that. Maybe after 100 years, I might need to go to therapy. We didn't really do that back in New Orleans. I was like, all right, Louis, bye.
Ashley?
Why is everyone so surprised is my question. Listen, they're trash. Claudia was like his handbag. Claudia was an accessory. Claudia was his totem, his personal cause in life. It was his excuse to be miserable and to be a stowaway and to act however he wanted to act because, oh, my Claudia, I'm the cause and I'm going to carry this around so other people can feel sorry for me and I have something to live for. He didn't give a damn about Claudia for real. He doesn't think in this version, I know you guys are talking about the book, Louis was proclaimed after he found out he wanted to unalive himself. That Louis is not today's Louis. Louis don't give a damn. What did Claudia tell him in season 1, season 2? She said, love makes you stupid, Louis. Look at him. Look at him looking at Lestat's eyes. That's all he can see is that Bucci cat. Like when we get off this park bench, after you tell me what flower blossoms at night, we're going to go back to this apartment and I'm going to toss you around and we're going to do our levitating smash session, right? That's all he's thinking about. He don't give a damn about Claudia. He never did. We've been trying to tell y'all that for seasons. It's never really been about Claudia. It's about the action. It's about the idea of Claudia. It's about, okay, I can go and avenge her and this is going to do X, Y, or Z. In truth, it's always been about Louis. It's been about, damn, this was my project and it went to hell in a handbasket. This is about ego. This is about pride. It has never, ever been about Claudia, and Claudia's always known it. Claudia has always known that these two are two of the most self-important, self-obsessed people that of the vamps that we've met. These ones, again, they only exist in each other's world. Claudia, she's like you and him, me and you and me. It's never going to be that. It's always going to be Lestat for his Louis and Louis for his Lestat. Everybody else be damned. And I think they did this by design. They seem to have done everything that they wanted to do this season on purpose. I think the fast transition was on purpose to show us exactly how trash these two are. Y'all don't give a damn about Claudia. Y'all are quick to shed a cute little tear and the next minute be hunching behind these park benches doing your 3 taps on the ground. Come on in the public park. Like let's cut it out.
I'm telling you, I done told y'all all it ever was, especially him tying his humanity to that handbag. He was trying to hold on to that. Oh, Claudia, you ain't been holding on to that damn humanity for quite some time. Louis, please get off the pot, pissy self. Now, I did not see this coming. I said, what the hell? While we're sitting here gazing into each other's eyes, and it's just, oh, well, it could be nice. You want to leave tomorrow? We can go. We can really go now. Right? They were in love. Then it's like, is that Alex? Like they are so. I was like, where is your vampire instinct? Get up! Even when you have Gabriella go, well, I think Armand is in town. Yes, I feel his presence. Like, I think he might try to step in and stop the great conversion. Well, I'll dedicate a song to him. Like, he could care less. Like, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Whine? It's like, baby, Armand only want my dirty draws. Like, he ain't nobody. I don't need to be worried. I don't need to think about anything. But the master plan has been master plan this whole time as far as Armand was concerned. I'm guessing that Armand maybe fed Alex the bug that Lestat is the reason that his brother walked in front of the train, and this is getting you all the way over here into the seeking space, even though, we don't need a whole lot of work for Armand because Armand is Armand, but I'm sure that was a battery in his back. And Daniel here, yo ass in this cape, happy slicing off my boys' heads. I was like, Daniel, where, damn, like, what did your lover whisper to you that was so deep that you committed so heartily to this? But the way that they were so cavalier and engrossed in all things, their love affair, that we didn't even, it's like, oh, It's like, oh, who's that? It's not Alex. Like, oh, it's like, I'm not even mad at this point because y'all radar, something should have been on to go, something's off. I was like, aren't y'all vampires? Where are your reflexes? They were just like, oh, boom. It was just over. Like they just crept up and next just gone. This was very shocking. I did not see this coming and my mouth was open. Dom?
The surprise of it, I was surprised as well, but it didn't. It was funny because I'm like, these are the same two vampires that one went through a bunch of vampires in the hallway and then killed a house full of vampires this season. But also, like Ashley reminded us, like love makes you stupid. So they staring in each other's eyes. They don't got a care in the world. They got the dead weight of Claudia off of them, and so they just living on cloud nine. And so they didn't see this coming, which is fine. Who knows? Armand mess with their minds? Because my mind might have been putting some fog up or something. But what's funny to me is Daniel. Daniel got a whole Halloween cape on. Daniel looked like a Sanderson sister from Hocus Pocus. What are we doing? Daniel, how could that's the episode I need to see is what sweet nothings did Armand whisper in your ear that just because I just cannot believe that Daniel fell for that 52-year stalking stuff. I just don't believe that the same dude you interviewed last season and exposed as a habitual liar and manipulator and fabricator, nothing that man said last season was true. And you was like, oh yeah, let me just hop on. You that lonely? Like it can't for you to be putting on the Victorian cake and just standing there like a good boy. The Daniel switch is crazy to me. The Alex one makes sense. The mask is irritating. Just take that shit off. But that was fine. But what's funny to me is that Lestat never really cared about the Great Conversion. Like it was just a vehicle for him to get a bigger audience and just to feed his ego. He didn't really. He was like, they want the Great Convergence. I just gave them an anthem. What they do is their business. So it's funny that he never really associated or accepted the weight of what he was doing and the people that was gonna have a problem with it. Like it just wasn't his problem. And it's here. And yeah, and they finna take them heads back to Sophia. Sophia behind all of that.
Ashley?
Oh no, I'm if this is all in an effort to stop the Great Conversion, which is Armand's mission, right? Because he doesn't want there to be this, host of new vampires. And Sophia's mission is for the Great Conversion. I'm confused where the twain meet, right? I think I understand it better now that Armand convinced Alex that Lestat had something to do with his brother stepping off that train when really it was Armand. So we get the manipulation there. And I get that he's playing overtime in Daniel's mind. I think there is some sort of mind meld going on there as well. I just don't get the Sophia tie-in if that's I don't know. But again, I guess maybe the beheading isn't unto death. It's to pause them or stop them from doing something in this moment, not, eternal, whatever. This came all of a sudden and it reminded me of Santiago's beheading. And I was like, what? We're just going to drop kick the heads down the street. Like, what are we doing? And it's Halloween and y'all are in capes. And I just thought that Armand was going to start flying or doing something weird. I don't know. This really threw me for a loop. I was not expecting their heads on the ground. But again, I don't take it too seriously because I know they're not dead. At least Louis not. We see him in episode 1, so he's still there. But yeah, I'm just kind of confused where, like I said, the Sophia tie-in that I see a lot of people saying that she had something to do with it if she's for the Great Conversion and Armand is vehemently against it.
Well, I think it's going to be a double cross situation. Like if Sophia talks to Armand, I don't know if Sophia is telling him that she's for it. I think Sophia wants to get Louis out of the picture, and so I think she goes along with it to get Louis out of the picture, and then she plans on like getting and putting Lestat back together, and then being the one that saved Lestat, and just being, and then now she's Lestat's number one squeeze again. That's what I think Sophia's mind is at. And then she can just double cross Armand and get the conversions back on track.
See?
I think that she's playing both sides. She wants, I think a part of her kind of resents Lestat because he, at the end of the day, he's a representation of her old life. The fact that she is a mother, the fact that she was at one point in a life that she never wanted from the beginning. And some part of her probably is resentful of him in a way. I think she's trying to play both sides. Yeah, do the conversion, the great conversion, to kind of antagonate Armand to get him to go harder against the stat. That's what I would say. And also her, again, being the creator of Alex and him being present there. I think I think I could see something happening there. I want to say shout out to the props department, to the makeup department, because those heads look very convincing on the floor there. Great job. And I think that this was a very shocking scene in the books, like the chopping off a vampire's head is like the true death, right? This is how you take them out. So we do know that we do know that Lestat's going to come back because, there's more Lestat books. And we also know that Louis comes back because we see him with that pig leg in at the auction, right? And we see Armand with the patch. So I really think the blood of Akasha is going to come in clutch here. But yeah, it was a very shocking scene, especially Daniel, because why you got so much heat, man? Where's it coming from? Why? But yeah, very shocking.
Actually, this is on your side. What do you wish Louise had said instead of what he did?
Honestly, I think that was back when we were talking about with Claudia and, the whole seance of it all. Honestly, all I want to hear from Louis as it relates to Claudia is, I'm sorry.
That's it.
I was wrong. That's it. That's it. I just want him to own it. Like I did it and I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Didn't Claus and Elijah originals also die in a park? I don't know.
Don't spoil anything for me. I have not started the originals yet. I just finished the Vampire Diaries.
Okay, well, yeah, but I would say when they sat on this park bench, that's exactly what I thought of. The way the originals
just love to ruin stuff. Dean, damn you.
By the time you get through first of all, 10-year-old. But by the time, if you just now starting it, by the time you get there, you've forgotten.
And somebody mentioned True Blood in the chat. True Blood vampires would never, and I gotta agree. Eric Northman would have been on it. He would have sensed it.
I don't know. They were just sewing us.
But True Blood vampires also were superheroes. They had those powers was powers. They had super powers.
But don't want to come to you first. Season finale predictions, because it's the last episode.
I don't think we're gonna get as much Akasha as we think we're gonna get. I think a lot of people are banking that Akasha is gonna be a really prominent part of this finale. I think we'll see her, but I don't think she'll really be like from a plot perspective. I think she'll be more of like a plot device for the very, 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 very end, or like a tease for next season. I don't really think that she's going to factor into a lot of what's about to happen next season. I think that we're going to see the heads get sewn back together, and we'll see the great conversion still come to pass. But we're going to take some time to get there. That's what I think.
Yeah, see predictions.
Oh yeah, the blood of Akasha gonna come in clutch. What's his name? About to lose his eye. Louis about to lose his leg, but they about to be alive. Amen. And good for them. Someone said that in the books, in the Armand books, that wasn't the true death. In that they brought Claudia back with her head or something like that. I haven't read 2 Armand books, so full disclosure, I've only read up until Tales of the Body Thief. But up until that point, the true death had always been the heads. But yeah, it's going to be a reckoning happening next episode, and I'm excited to see it.
See the way they set it up, like Claudia is going to set off to go find a body. I'm like, if you're gonna go find a body, there's the body right there. Actually, predictions for the last episode.
Yeah, I hope it's a complete bedlam chaos in a melee. Like, I really want to see a war with the vampires. I want to see more vampires. And I really want to see what they can do kind of like in a battle situation. Of course, like I said, I don't think, like C said, they're coming back. We're going to get our Louis, our Lestat. And I want to see Daniel go. I think it's his time. And so I'm ready to see him go. I also want to know what this free spirit Claudia is going to do, because she is on the loose. Like, I need to know what home, what host she finds. And I agree with Dom as well in terms of Akasha. I think we might see her open an eye or something like that. But I think the monologue that we got was probably her biggest scene this season. They're saying that that'll come down the road. But yeah, other than that, child, I don't know what they're going to do over here. I didn't know what they were going to do in this episode, Tyra. I don't know what they got on their mind. But I will say, after watching episode 6, I'm set for the finale. Do me proud, please.
Yeah, the way they woke it up, all of a sudden they know what to do. But y'all, that was interview. No, it wasn't. That was the Vampire Lestat.
No,
episode 6. Thank you guys so much. This has been awesome. Dom, I'm gonna come to you first. Let the people know if you do it. So if you ain't doing it right now, you just chilling. They gotta wait on their content.
No, it's coming. It's coming. Matter of fact, in the morning, I'll have TikToks and YouTube uploads of the new Apple TV series Lucky, starring Anya Taylor-Joy and Timothy Olyphant and Annette Bening and all of them. So that's the new show. It's a new crime thriller. So we're gonna talk about that, and we're gonna talk about there's some movies coming out this week. We're gonna talk about the Odyssey's coming. We're gonna talk about that. So yeah, come on through. We got a lot to talk about.
Thank you, Dom. Y'all go watch Evil Dead Burns. I had a good time. See what you got going on.
So over on my channel, See the Superior, we're going to be talking about X-Men 97, the newest episodes of that, as well as my adventures with Superman. Let me know if y'all watching that in the chat, because I'm not seeing too many people talk about it. I like the show. I think it's so cute. We'll be talking about that this week. And also later this month, my book club, we're going to be discussing The Silence of the Lambs at the end of the month to continue our theme of the books that inspired the movie. So if you're into any of that, please join me on my channel, See the Superior.
Thank you, See. Y'all, Ashley dropped the video. Ashley.
I did. Lestat brought me back, honey. So if you haven't, go check out my solo upload for this episode of The Vampire Lestat. Also, I recorded my Married at First Sight season 20 premiere video. That'll go up tomorrow. And then I have my House of the Dragon catch up. So episodes 2 through 4, I've done the review. I think I'll be coming back tomorrow. I haven't talked to Tyra about it but to watch Jackie's back. It's Jackie Washington Day tomorrow. If you haven't watched that mockumentary from back in the day with Jennifer Lewis and Whoopi Goldberg, I think I might go live and watch that, or we might watch it in the collective Discord. But anyway, make sure you're subscribed, hit the notification bell, and thank y'all for coming through to support the live tonight. We appreciate you.
Actually, I've never actually watched that.
I haven't either.
That's
why I think it'll be fun.
I always skip it because I was like, I didn't think it was for me. So
we need to watch it. I
like my Jennifer Lewis in doses. But once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to leave your commentary about our commentary down below and show some love if you love all things vampires, Louis, Lestat, and them. We will see y'all next time for the finale, which is crazy. It just got good. Now we gotta leave. Yeah. Good night, y'all.
Don't leave your girl around me, true player for real. That's for real. You baby.